No,
dog
because
is
See
adorable.
a small dog. I've never seen his
because
dog.
It's a little.
It's a small dog, but it's
it
not
teaches
about
him
small.
responsibility. It teaches him responsibility and raising. I see. The weird thing is, I don't even see like a 38-year-old man when I see him. I see a child. That's the weird thing. I'm like 22. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
Like,
No. And I don't like small dogs typically, but his dog, it's got all the hair and the fur, like in his face, and it's just like shaggy. And
I own small
adorable.
dogs. Love
I know.
small
I'm
dogs.
not. I don't generally. I'm not a small dog person. I like German shepherds, but his dog is really cute.
Yeah, his dog is adorable. I hate to
It
admit
is
it.
adorable.
I know, that was the weird, but it's weird like how he, oh my god, like how he used it for, you know, that weird comment about the whole animal kingdom thing. Where like, oh, here's how evolution, like, there's this point about like evolution. He's like, see, I own this animal. Like, see,
Yeah.
I'm its master. And it's like, what the fuck is he going on about? And then he did the really stupid thing where he doesn't know what the fucking animal kingdom is.
Yeah.
Oh, who's the king?
Well, it would have been awesome though if instead of holding up the little lion, you'd held up a little dog.
Oh god, that would have been Wait, yeah, that's actually one of my more popular videos on my channel.
That was funny.
That was I owe Jade a lot of credit for that one. It was her idea, and then I also saw Skylar Fiction made a video on that topic, and I said, fuck it, I'm just gonna do my own, kind of steal from him.
Skylar's got a really good gift for picking out the moments.
Oh, he does.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, I did give G-Man an idea. So if you see him in a video wearing a mop on his head with a colander over it, that's mine.
Spaghetti?
The spaghetti monster.
Yeah, wearing the religious accoutrements.
Yeah,
I can almost
exactly.
guarantee you that he will do it. He will do it.
I actually have the other video I think I made towards G-Man. I'm not sure if anybody's seen this one. You know, you guys ever watch The Office? Anybody? And they know Stanley, the black
Which
guy?
one? Yes. BBC or?
Oh no, the American version.
Okay, I've been seeing both. Go ahead.
Oh, it's so funny. I found this perfect clip that was like perfect for G-Man, where he yells at Michael, like the main character, and he's like, "You know what? You are the stupidest person in this entire year. Do you know how to run an office? Because every day you do something stupider one day than you did the last." And it's like, that's pretty much G-Man. He just does one thing stupider than he did the day before, and you think to yourself, there's no way he can top it. There's just no possible way. And
then he
somehow he fucking tops it. I don't know how he does it.
Okay,
Well,
I'm sorry, I got to interrupt for 1 second. I just got to get an audio check on the stream. Just give me 1 second.
The day before, and you think to yourself,
it sounds perfectly fine. Continue.
Okay.
There are no starving Christians.
We're jumping into that.
Part of me is starting to think G-Man is either the dumbest person I've ever known or possibly the most brilliant. I just can't.
I don't think he's a good enough actor to fake that.
I think he's oblivious to like.
If he is a good enough actor to fake it, he is brilliant, right?
when he talks to the whole no starving Christian,
I'd just be so stunned to find out that was true.
well,
I
I
can't see it being true.
this. Like when G-Man had the whole no starving Christian thing, and this part of me went off my head when I heard that. I thought, at first off, I did not think anybody would be stupid enough to say such a thing, or ignorant. But then it hit me, oh my god, there's probably more people who think that. Like, he cannot be the only one.
You know what's funny about the no starving Christians thing is, I lost my faith shortly after abandoning my father, and he was the reason we were poor and rather starving. So when I was Christian, I was starving and lacking of food, and when I was an atheist, I no longer was.
Right.
I just love how he tends to double down and double down and double down again.
Oh,
No, I mean,
know.
the thing is, he sort of
It's like,
boots.
does there ever come to the point, like, for them where they just stop. Like, you know, like once you've doubled down to the point where it's getting ridiculous, it's okay to admit you're wrong. Like, no one's gonna, you know.
No, Prude. G-Man can't do that. He is incapable of doing that because that means he has to learn stuff, and that's too hard.
I don't think I have ever seen him admit he was wrong.
I think
He
it's about
hasn't.
maturity.
He doesn't admit he's wrong. He just deletes the video.
Okay.
Right.
He admitted he was in
Wow.
the wrong once.
Elmer Fudd laugh right there.
I mean, he'll agree to disagree with you, but he won't admit he's wrong.
He has admitted to being in the wrong once, but not to being wrong.
Well, and that one video where Brett King decided to broadcast someone else, he did apologize for that, but that wasn't him.
Right. He's trying to apologize for somebody else.
Yeah.
Which, I think really that he's kind of immature in a sense. Like, I hate to use that word, but I think he's kind of like, I guess he's so oblivious that, and kind of has like a young mentality in a sense to where he can't admit where he's wrong, and he can't be one-upped because of basically the maturity level, and that he's oblivious to basically the world around him, and that he's really influenced by the people that basically enable him and encourage him. Like his
He's
behavior.
definitely a victim of the echo chamber.
Yeah.
What was it, about a month or so ago, where he put a video out talking about before he was a Christian, his major faults? He used to have a big ego.
Yeah, sure. He used to. Like what the fuck?
If right now is not having a big ego, I do not want to see what he was like beforehand.
I mean, he would be so much better off if he was willing to accept his own limitations and be honest with himself. But the thing is, he has a worldview that he feels the need to defend, and at such a level that it's so dogmatic that it just gets really fucking stupid.
Well, and I've actually heard him admit his limitations before. Unfortunately, he then goes to such as his science experts, Arcane and True.
Yeah.
Or
well,
nothing.
I wouldn't say neither of them nor Neuron Free could actually match up.
Well, and I brought this up last night in the Insomnia Shuffle. Someone had made the Trey Jadlow Alex Boughton conversation, and Ozzy posted in there about how 26 minutes in, there's so many problems, and Trey of course tossed back in, and like 10, 15 comments down, Hogtie pipes in. Hogtie, nice 7 paragraphs, well thought out, puts a point. Arcane follows up, yeah, whatever, bruh.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yep, sounds about right.
Let's see now. It looks like my volume is low as shit on here. I don't know what's fuck it.
We're hearing you clear.
How closer to the mic? Fuck it. Don't care.
I was hearing you.
Yeah, my soundbar in here is fine. Externally, it's a bitch.
Birds are mammals.
Sorry, Wolf.
I was saying birds are mammals. It's just specified sequential information in there.
Anyway, I got blocked for the first time on YouTube. Is that a serious thing,
By
or
Butt
is
King.
that just
by Butt King? I bet you, Butt King.
No? I'll give you 3 guesses because you will get it in 3.
G-Man.
No.
Arcane.
Okay, you won't get it in 3. Raw.
Raw.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, he was actually going to be in my top 10.
How'd you get blocked by Raw?
Is that a serious thing or what?
No, not really.
Badge of honor.
You won't be able to get into any hangouts with him if he's in the room for you. But other than that, that's it.
Well, the next one is going to be, of course, Jason Burns or Nephilim Free, because you say hello with the wrong inflection, and they're like, "Oh, troll."
Yeah. I had that from Nephilim the first day I came on.
Nephi's a pain in the ass.
Oh hell yeah.
Hello. And he called me a nihilist.
I think Nephilim Free to this day is the only person I've actually legitimately lost my shit on, like, in a hangout, because he completely lied about an argument that I had made.
Well, he does that a lot.
This is just
Yeah,
par
what
for the,
happened was-
this is par for the course with Neffy.
That's
Oh,
the
hell
thing.
yeah.
I gave a complete rebuttal to an argument that he had made, and 5 minutes later, he acted like I never even made that rebuttal to begin with.
Well, good lord, the time where he was talking to Fiona and started going about the amino acid chain in DNA, and she,
My
there
God,
is no amino acids in DNA. It is, well, all right, but the amino acids in the DNA, and just kept going, and she lost it there. Was rolling on the floor.
The way she just laughed, like she burst into laughter. Like that's all you
Yes.
can do in that case.
Well, I mean, he's a fucking moron. I mean, he comes up with all this bullshit.
The funny part is, I think he actually is fairly smart. He's just so disconnected from reality.
It's intellectually dishonest.
That's true as well.
Yeah, well, like the one thing, like I've seen Nephilim before I ever came on Hangouts, and
Same
the
here.
few things I saw, I think he kind of lends a little credence to Mike's argument of mental illness. Not as like religion as mental illness, but like he definitely, when I watch his video, I'm like, this dude is fucking.
He's definitely got some disconnect from reality.
Yeah,
Well,
like
the thing
there's
is,
something very wrong with him in the sense that he believes what he's saying, because it's just so unbelievable to me
Well,
that you would have to have some sort of disconnect.
I want to say it was
Well, I mean,
Boggy Bits
he's-
that did a
he
video
walked.
where he was talking about the whole the bears mauling the children, and he adds so many elements to the story.
Yeah.
He's like, wait, they never said it was black bears. They never said this. They never said that.
Yeah.
Why are you just creating the story?
Oh,
Yeah, I
he
saw that.
gives you the ages of the children too.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
I mean, he does that a lot. I swear that in the encyclopedia under Dunning-Kruger is Neffy's picture.
Be true empiricism.
Were the bears wearing fedoras?
no, they were trilbies. They were clearly trilbies.
Oh, that changes things.
Yeah, what about him?
No,
What about him
they were
liking? What about him liking
Fezes are
escorts?
cool.
Yeah, heresy. They were Rangers hats.
Headed and shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of I don't know. There's a lot of people that seem to have some really fucking serious issues, and what drives me absolutely insane is that these people are not representative of the majority. These people are the kooky minorities.
Yeah,
Right.
they're very loud.
They're the fringe of the fringe in
No,
many
yeah,
cases.
yeah. Because that's what I was gonna say. I believe. Well, like when you can actually say that not religion is a mental illness, but definitely some of the more fundamentalists actually
Well,
have
the
some. And I
evangelical
don't think it's more them. It's just their mental illness.
It's
The
there to
religion-
begin with. They're just
it's there to begin
Yeah.
with, and the religion really is what they grasp upon.
They latch
Which is
on.
funny because all
Well,
those
I mean,
articles
yeah,
that,
yeah,
that
dealing with
Forbidden
the far
Fucktard,
right of the-
all the articles referenced by
This is the
Forbidden
far
Fucktard were
right
saying
of the
that.
religious right.
It might be
This is
that
the far right
they.
of the religious right.
Sorry, Wolf.
Well, I'm just saying, like this what we're dealing with is like the minority, like that's on the far right of the religious right, that are really batshit, that take the Bible literally and wants to like
Extreme
just suppress
fundamentalism.
education.
The
Yeah,
Bible.
suppress education and like push like gays bad, evolution bad, climate change, like they want to get rid of all that stuff. It doesn't matter to them. But like that small.
Sorry, I think it's that it might be that religion gives the extreme mental, or a certain type of, mental incapacity. It gives those people, and they're a small number of Christians, admittedly, but it gives those people a kind of sense of, knowledge, straightness, normality.
Well, actually, if I might, if you want to read more about that, you can check to the links that were misrepresented by Fucktard today, yesterday, and the day before.
Sokka. Sokka did a great breakdown on that.
Oh, he did. He did a phenomenal breakdown. I've got to give him major kudos on that one.
Me too.
Where was that?
If you go to Sokka accounts on G+, it's got to be one of his last posts.
Yeah, you should,
Yeah,
you should
it
be able to
is.
find it there. It's good to. Yeah, let's direct you to Sock accounts. You'll find it. It's a massive post.
Yeah. He went to detail on it, and
I'm
It's
more than happy to send traffic
240
to
lines.
Sokka.
matter of fact, I'm pretty sure Ozzy was directing people.
That's awesome. Cool. I'll watch it.
Incidentally, topic has been changed to bad arguments for the wine.
That's why Sokka needs to make videos, because he's really good at when he doesn't agree with somebody or wants to make a point. I think he's a really good person to listen to.
I agree. He says though his argument is he doesn't like making videos just because the way his mind works. He likes to engage.
I totally understand where he's coming from there. That's for sure.
I agree with you completely, except he hasn't disagreed with me yet.
Give him time.
Yeah, I'm just saying I might feel differently when that happens.
Well, I think he's a pretty rational.
Actually, hang on one second. Faithless
person.
Just a comment. With this chat format, I can't actually put links externally. Sorry, Faithless.
I got to. I'll be right. I might be heading out. Gotta take a shower and get to bed.
Well, on that note, Mind of a Heathen. There might be a position opening up then.
I gotta go too. I have to
Make
fly.
that 2 positions. Rock on.
6.5 hours.
Yeah, me and Shar are going out at the same time. It's not like we're getting together or something.
No, we're not.
Oh,
We're not. No.
You couldn't play along with it, Shar. Come on.
No, not even.
I heard-
No.
I heard you guys had an affair about 3 years ago, yeah?
Oh wait, he got removed from the call for that one. Oh darn.
Wasn't me?
no.
Oh well. I'm off too though. So
Good night, Char.
night all.
Good night,
And, might be a month till I talk to you again. We'll see.
Have a safe flight.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Don't know when I'm coming back again.
Mind of a Heathen invited. And there we go. Should the Google Plus get that invite? And if not, I will send it directly because Google's a bitch. This bitch we call Google.
Yes, but we all use her.
Yeah, you got to. Granted, I'm just doing it in a limited capacity at the moment, but that's okay. Let's see now. Let me find Mind of a Heathen here to make sure that he has it twice for good measure via G+. Come on, open. A little laggy today. There we go. He's in 2 circles. Did he not get invited? I will send him one. Fuck it. And why the conversation stop? I'm talking to myself.
Well,
Make
okay.
me stop that.
I will say this, Shadow Heathen. Last night, after you sent those links through on your old content, I went through quite a few of those today. That's pretty good stuff. Your Scientology stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's pretty good stuff. I like that.
Yeah, you see why I was like resource enough to be referenced on Clambake, etc.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
that
funny
was
'cause
pretty neat.
Unfortunately, I lost pretty much the entire fucking Science of Survival series, and that was a lot of fucking work. It was like 36 damn videos.
If any of the fundy fucktards are watching this right now, I will say this right now, I do not think Christianity is the worst thing that happened to the world. It just happens to be the more prevalent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because good Lord knows that Scientology has got you beat.
Yeah. Incidentally, Mind of a Heathen, if you go to Google Plus, you should see a little comment that was sent to you with a link. It was just sent a moment ago. Granted, you'll be hearing this in about, I don't know, probably 30 seconds.
Yeah.
See, there's a pretty horrendous video that ISIS put out today. They beheaded 21 Christians.
I'm here now.
Oh, cool.
And it was directed towards the faith, basically Christianity.
Lovely.
I think more or less because it's more because it's the main staple religion in the United States and the basically Western world.
Well,
So
the impression that's been given to a lot of people over there is that the whole war thing is somehow a holy war.
Religious.
It's really been framed that way to a lot of people in that movement, and that's.
it is
I mean, for
it's
fuck's
getting-
sake, there were soldiers that were sent over there handing out fucking Bibles. What the hell do you expect?
And not to mention, fucking
Did you
George
hear
Bush
about
really
the,
played up the
hang
whole
on.
fucking religious part.
What
The
did
Did
you
you
Crusade.
hear about the Bible verses on the sniper scopes?
Yeah.
Well,
did.
I mean, that's not the military putting them on there, though. That's just religious people in the
Individuals.
military putting it on their own.
Actually, I thought it was the manufacturer.
Yeah, it was the manufacturer.
Oh,
that put
really?
them on.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, and the military. When I did a video about that, when the military found out about it, they were pissed.
Yeah.
They flipped the shit, and rightfully so.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean, I am actually like in the military, and
He's had enough sense to flip. Sorry.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I'm actually in the military, and like there are some fucking like you could definitely tell there's a bit of a Christian presence.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes.
I saw it
Like,
myself when I was in.
Yeah,
when
like
I was
when
in,
I-
you could definitely tell.
yeah, well, when I go to MEPS, like you have these guys handing out little fucking Bibles and the army camouflage covers and shit.
They were handing that out at MOPS.
In
What's
MEPS,
up? MEPS. It's like the processing center.
Military
for,
Information Processing Station.
yeah. Yes,
I was
it's
there.
like where you can process and whatnot to make sure you're clear to get in and shit.
Yeah, I did that in the early 90s.
Yeah, they had big old stacks of those camouflage Bibles on wooden pallets in the center of the fucking hallway in the MEPS in Montgomery, Alabama.
Oof.
Camo
Yep.
Bibles. That's so
Um,
fucked up. That's so fucking weird to me.
Yeah.
Yep. They don't hand out Qurans. They don't hand out fucking Book of Mormon.
Right.
When I was in basic, in our day room, all we had was Bibles. We didn't have a Quran. We didn't have a Book of Mormon. We didn't have any Talmud. We had King James Bible. That was it.
Oh yeah, in my basic training squadron for the Air Force, we had several Bibles in the day room. You were not allowed to read anything but religious material, and you were not allowed to have or bring your own material of any kind.
That's
Had a
such
great
bullshit.
German
The
book.
Bible, so there
Yeah,
was the
I
Bible to read.
definitely hear that the Air Force has it the worst, especially with those guys getting denied their re-enlistment because they want to take the secular oath of enlistment.
Yeah.
Oh,
I hadn't heard about that. That's right. I was in the Air Force.
I was a Marine, or I am a Marine. I've like 5 months left, but yeah, it was sometime in the middle of last year. 5 or so guys in the Air Force wanted to re-enlist, and they want to take the secular oath of enlistment, which does exist. It is a thing. But they're like, no, you have to take the fucking religious one.
That's
I'm,
fucked up.
I am actually rather stunned to hear that.
That's really,
Yeah,
really fucked up.
It was a huge fucking story. You can Google it. Fucking, I'm sure you'll
I'm
find
not
it.
happy. looking at
Don't
that.
they have like a I know that the Navy always has like a chaplain on hand. I don't know if all
Oh,
are
yeah.
the same, but
I
Well,
love,
Well, yeah, you know
I
the
love
Marines
basic
work with the Navy.
graduations.
So.
yeah.
I love the graduation ceremonies for basic training because every time the entire group of people graduating are reciting the oath of enlistment, someone screams or affirm.
Do you know what? I just had a thought that just flashed through my mind. Sorry to interrupt, but couldn't that kind of explain Bush's religious rhetoric at the beginning of the Iraq War?
Oh, of course. Yes.
That's why he was
he's
doing it, wasn't
huge.
it?
And if
He's
I may,
largely religious Christian. Yeah.
If I could toss a bit of perspective on
hang on.
Yeah.
If I may, I'm just noting I've changed the topic to separation of church and sniper rifles. Continue.
If I could toss a little bit of perspective on Bush, I've lived in Texas almost my entire life. I voted for Bush as governor twice and for president once. And as governor of Texas, he was actually pretty moderate. I liked him as governor. Then I discovered that his lieutenant governor was Bob Bullock, was the king of Texas politics, a Democrat. And he was basically said he grabbed Bush by the ears and said, "All right, we're going to get some stuff done." And then he went to Washington, and that was not the same guy at all.
Right. Well, I mean, I think, it's pretty obvious that they definitely need to play on the whole Christianity aspect of the voters, because that's going to be a huge, a huge part of their vote when, the presidency comes around or any policy comes around. They kind of have to support it to keep that faction of voters on their side. I mean, it's the right wing is mainly, or the conservatives basically have the vote of fundamentalist Christianity and Christianity in general, but not
Well, I wouldn't say Christianity in general. but
well,
definitely
yeah, and
fundamentalist.
more fundamentalist, yeah. But I
Because-
mean, even a lot of Christian. I mean, because you're absolutely right. I mean, because my whole family is more Democratic, and they're all,
Yeah, and
Catholic,
plus,
so-
living in the South, you got the Southern South,
right.
what is it, the Democratic South, where even if they're conservative, they're still Democrats. But
Right.
there's a lot of people who, even after they went more liberals, has stayed Democrat and still with the Christian, and that the whole dichotomy there of the fundamentalists give it the Old Testament, and then you've got the not so fundamentalists who go much more on the New Testament side, where they're kind and loving and giving and all that.
Right.
That's where the majority of my family sit. unfortunately sits on the fundamentalist side, but I've got quite a few of them who are on the other perspective, the charity
More
perspective.
moderate.
I've been fighting a rant all fucking night.
Well, like, isn't you know, do you find that a lot of, I mean, I know it's in American politics, period, that, you know, it's, they just play it out, but do you believe that most of the people that come off as those types of, like, they run on that type of campaign where they play off, you know, being the good old boy, you know,
I think there is some of
in
that.
America, if they believe it, or if they just play it and then they don't, you know, follow through. Or
I think there's definitely some of that, but
Yeah.
there are some people in Congress. One of my senators, unfortunately, Ted Cruz.
Yeah.
I think he's a true believer.
Oh yeah.
Sadly.
Definitely. Yeah, I would say yes too. Well, like,
I
look
actually-
at the one guy that just got voted in for I think he got a congressional seat, or that one guy that was a Navy chaplain who's prayed the gay away and done exorcisms on gays and you know, basically cured them of their gayness, and believes that Obama has he has a demon that lives in him. And this is
Klingenschmitt.
yeah, Klingenschmitt. We've actually
Klingenschmitt.
they put him in a position of power, and this man believes that he can perform exorcisms and cure gayness, and that there's demons in the White
Okay,
House.
Wait, hang on. Yes, I know that this is a fucking problem, but there's also a group that's going around telling young children that they can raise people from the dead, including their dead pets.
Ugh.
I hate people.
Wasn't there a family recently that were
The Canadian family.
Yes, there
Yeah.
was.
They
Yeah,
had the dad sitting in the upstairs attic for 6 months after he died.
6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try to
What
raise
the
them from
fuck?
the dead.
The problem is they didn't suspect any foul play or any kind of fraud or anything. Because they after thoroughly investigating, they're like, these people actually did believe this. They're like, they were true believers that he was going to resurrect or you know, come back, and you know, so they didn't, you know, face any charges or any kind of backlash because of their beliefs. And come on, how fundamental, or I mean, how
Fucked up.
fundamentally
How disconnected
crazy
from
and-
reality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now, that one kind of hurt my head. I've got some family that are actually in the whole Pentecostal snake handling thing.
Yeah.
That one kind of hurts my head.
Yeah.
They all kind of hurt my head.
It's dangerous shit too.
Man, and what was that TV show? The pastor ended up dying after getting bit
Yeah.
recently.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, the
Oh,
snake
yeah.
handling group.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've raised snakes, mainly constrictors, and I've had friends ask me, why don't you ever get your license to be able to medically, you know, own venomous reptiles for the medical
Anti-venom.
community and raise them, you know, for the anti-venom and different medical research and stuff. And it's like,
I want to live.
they're very, very dangerous. People don't realize how dangerous venomous and non-venomous or constrictor species are just, they're snakes, but they're two different levels
Yeah,
of snakes.
there's
you know.
aggressive levels.
Yeah, they're so
Aggressive.
aggressive and so quick and fast. And I
The
mean,
in Sweetwater, Texas, they have the world's largest rattlesnake roundup, and it's kind of where my family is based around. They kind of radiate out from there. So I went there every year for spring break and ended up doing that thing growing up. I was around rattlesnakes a lot as a child.
right. And you know the consequences probably of somebody being bit,
Well, for rattlesnakes, honestly,
depending
It's
on the
bad.
species. Yeah.
it's bad. But when I was in Boy Scouts, we had a kid get on a backpacking trip. Kid get bit and walked for 5 miles.
Right. Well, it depends on the size.
And-
It depends on the species.
Mostly, you're just
No.
talking about rattlesnakes. Rattlesnakes are among the least venomous.
Right. Right.
You're talking about vipers, then you're talking something completely different.
Well, what kind of rattlesnakes are down there? Like, I can't remember.
Diamondback.
Diamondbacks, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's like fertile ants, which are vipers. Those are more like Central America, I think. Those are.
Oh yeah, the
nasty.
vipers are completely different than the rattlesnakes.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I know.
They don't
They-
give you warning.
Oh no. And I mean, if you ever want to watch a cool channel, I'll have to find the guy's name, but he has a YouTube channel and he does he's done it for years, and he shows feedings and milkings and doing different things with these snakes, and he owns everything from green and black mambas to all sorts of vipers to all sorts of different rattlesnakes, browns, different, just everything from all around the world. And it's some of them are just, they're literally so fast that you can blink your eye and they're, not only from one place to another, but very far, in that short amount of time. And when they get loose on them, it's like, it's a matter of life or death if you don't know what you're doing, because they're that aggressive, that fast, that dangerous and venomous.
Yeah.
It's like, you really got to know your shit to be able to do that, and I would never want to do it unless I had proper training. Even though I've been around snakes my whole life, I've been around venomous snakes, just not owned in my own home. Because there's some states where you don't even have to have a license or anything to be able to own them and have them as a pet, and that's just reckless, in my opinion.
I've known several people that have had snakes as pets, but I can't think of anyone who's ever had a venomous snake as a pet.
See, I think it's more like, say, like where you live, venomous, or in Texas, they're more of a threat to people normally, so a lot of people aren't interested in owning them because they're, like, say, a nuisance in a sense of the word. Like, they're something that is feared generally, so, whereas, like, once you start to get a little more north or into states where they're not a common occurrence, that's where people start to take, I think, more of a interest in. Like, I know North Carolina, a couple of my friends that live there, and one of them owns venomous snakes, and there's no licensing or no law against it, and he really knows his stuff. He's responsible, and I still even think it's it's kind of crazy not being properly trained by a venomous snake handler,
a herpetologist.
Yeah, well, yeah, even not even so much a herpetologist, but somebody, herpetology covers the whole spectrum, but there are definitely people that are trained specifically to handle, like, venomous snakes, but not just one way. There's different ways to handle different venomous species because of the how far they can strike, how venomous they are, their behaviors, their there's the different things that set them off. It's just more of a responsible thing in my eyes, that if somebody was going to take their life into their own hands, in a sense, that it would be just smart to have it as a requirement to be. It's just like owning a handgun. Get a license. Get a license. If you want to do it, get some training and get a license and have at it. At least that you took in all the proper steps to protect yourself and others. Because you're not only doing it for yourself. There's others that live near you. One snake gets out. That snake gets out of your house. You have neighbors. They're a danger to the neighbors. So it's not just about the handler, it's about everybody who's around the handler too. So,
well, hey, Shadow, at least we're not talking about cars anymore.
Oh, I'm all good with this. This is interesting to me.
Those rattlesnake roundup in Sweetwater, there was a guy who had a giant pit full of probably 700-800 rattlesnakes.
Wow. And
then have one guy just standing in the middle of it. He's got his prod, and he's just giving a little demonstration, talking about it, holding his microphone, and probably in the 8-9 years I was going there, I only saw him get bit once, and he was back in there about 4 hours later with a cane.
No kidding.
Yeah, rattlesnakes, they're bad, but it's not like a two-step.
Right.
You get bit, 2 steps later, you're dead.
Yeah, definitely. Hold on a second, my dogs are barking, and my girlfriend is going to kill me.
Yep.
Dogs barking, can't fly without umbrella. Okay, who can remember what that's from?
That sounds familiar.
Oh.
Jumping Jack Flash.
Ah.
Okay. And I haven't seen that movie.
Strong with this one.
The Google is strong.
The Google.
Normally when I pull that out, it's the dork is strong with this one when someone shows their massive amounts of nerdiness.
Ah.
Because we can smell our own.
There we go. I think I'm done fixing the fucking audio. But I'm not going back to that headset at this point, but that next time I should be fine. I had moved one of my plugs around. It had it in not a very high-speed socket, we'll just say. That'll do it. So, normally I sit there and I go to Hangouts and they'll be talking about this, that, the other thing, you know, whatever. Lately, it's been Christy Krispies everywhere I fucking go. This has been such a nice reprieve. Oh,
yeah. Well,
really has.
I just wanted to address one more thing on the fucking asshole Christian side. Okay. I posted something in the chat because you guys were talking about Nephilim and how he was fucking terrible. I'm
not seeing it.
Oh. Well, regardless, you guys were talking about Nephilim and how he's fucking terrible. And I think it was Prudent, but he's gone now.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I got to talk to Christian Hillbilly for the first time today.
Oh, dear.
Holy fucking Christ.
I've still not had the displeasure.
Oh my god, don't do it. It was terrible.
I had fun with him back in the day.
It was fucking terrible.
Did stuff and did debates and shit.
Yeah,
to take it in that area just a little bit more, I grew up. I was a Boy Scout. It hurts my head that they're still really pushing the religious angle on Boy Scouts.
Yeah.
Are they really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't remember too much for.
My scoutmaster, one of the kids I was in there with, actually identified at that age as an atheist, and our scoutmaster sat down with him for hours, talking to him about having a real crisis of conscience of signing his Eagle paperwork if he didn't believe in God.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I believe it completely. Unfortunately. But,
well, and
yeah.
I actually have a lot of respect for this guy, but that was just the way his mind was. I had a lot of respect for Mr. Levering.
Well, the main thing they got on my honor. I will do my best to do my duty to God
and my country.
Yeah.
No, it's a religious organization. It's not a Christian organization.
It's a Mormon organization, so yes, it is Christian.
Not specifically. They've got.
It's Mormon owned and run, but they don't pitch it as religious. It's not part of their official charter.
Right. It being worldwide, especially, they've got Buddhist is fine, Muslim is Hindu. They've got badges for all that.
They got badges for being a Hindu. What the fuck?
Well, not badges. It's affiliations. That's the wrong word as well. But
yeah, but badges is more fun, man. Badges
that qualifies as far as getting your Eagle.
It's fucking weird. It's just fucking weird.
And I can't think of a single troop I was involved with that did not have their meetings in a church.
Incidentally, were you saying that you had respect for the troop leader or the kid?
Say it again?
Were you saying that you had respect for the troop leader or the kid, or
the troop leader?
Oh,
he was actually a really good guy, but he had a massive blind spot there.
Now, I know several people like that, and I'll tell you, after what feels like a week of people trying to preach at me, it makes it harder to respect a person.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, and that's probably the only time I can ever remember him saying anything in that area was with this one kid who was a bit outspoken about being an atheist. That might have been it.
That could have been a factor.
It might have been him saying, hush.
Could have been a factor, I don't know.
Yeah. I was a Boy Scout for many years, and I never became an Eagle Scout fully.
Me either.
Yeah, I mean, every troop
was a Life Scout.
meeting was in a church, and all the events were based around church rec centers or all the troop leaders and volunteers were involved with the church in some way, shape, or form. And
I really think they ought to just go ahead and open themselves up completely on that front because as a kid, I learned a whole lot of stuff in Boy Scouts.
Oh yeah, so did I.
I found it to be an incredibly enriching and rewarding experience.
Jacob was just 2 merit badges away from becoming an Eagle Scout. He did manage to get the keep it from mom and dad, but he kept using too much teeth to get the other one.
Oh, not Vic.
I was actually just 1 merit badge and Eagle Project away from getting mine when I turned 18. I even filled out the paperwork to get an extension because you can technically get an extension of up to 6 months.
I am almost completely
I was unsuccessful.
Lost. But current topic's random, so it doesn't matter if I'm lost or not.
Well, the whole Eagle Scout thing, you have until you're 18 to get it.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, there's an age limit.
Yay, it makes sense now. Yeah,
and afterwards, I became an assistant scoutmaster even.
And it's not even a real easy thing to obtain either. I mean, it's to become an Eagle Scout. It's actually quite, I wouldn't say difficult, but it is more demanding of you than just the, casual commitment, I guess.
I can say from experience that when I first joined the Boy Scouts to when I got out of the Boy Scouts, it became significantly easier in that 6-year stretch.
Yeah.
Or 7-year stretch, because Boy Scouts is 11 to 18. And when I was about 15 or 16, they changed the rules to where you could get it, instead of taking a minimum of 5 years, you could get it in technically 3. Because they do have time requirements as well.
Do they accept Pastafarians? Question from the chat.
That would be a good question.
We don't know.
I don't know.
Okay. I don't know is always a valid answer.
I mean, the state of Utah apparently does.
The reason why I'm tending to talk fairly loud in here is because my volume inside here and external are 2 totally different fucking things.
Oh, right.
Actually, I should adjust my volume in here a touch.
My chat apparently isn't refreshing, so I'm not seeing any questions over there.
This is a separate hangout than one we started in, so.
Oh, okay.
And there we go. Turn myself down a touch in here to see if I can equalize a little bit, because external I'm soft as shit. From the looks
I did get a real giggle a few months back. Asia Carrera, the porn star, got her driver's license photo in the state of Utah wearing a colander on her head.
A colander on her head. Lovely. Love it.
She's a Pastafarian.
Oh, that's fucking great. But wait, was there a fight over that?
They pushed back pretty hard on her, and she won.
Oh, rock on.
Was able to take her license photo with the colander on her head.
That's fucking great.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, I remembered hearing something, but I just couldn't, for the life of me, remember what. Oh, good night, Jade.
I'm here.
I said, no, Jade.
Oh, I thought you said Jake, sorry.
No, Jade is, Becky is actually Jade.
Jade, yeah, I know. I just thought you said that. A lot of people go by Jake. You said Jacob.
Yeah, it was funny with the nephew conversation. I just kind of let y'all have it earlier. In terms of I just kind of sat back, but I'm thinking, they're like, yeah, he mischaracterized the fuck out of what I was saying the other day. But he does that in every fucking hangout he's in.
Yeah, I can't stand to be in the hangout with him. Even if I'm not engaging, I can't listen to him. I can't listen to him take over the hangout and talk over people. And if he doesn't get kicked, like, soon, like, within a reasonable amount of time after he comes in, then I leave. Like, because I can't take it. Because he's so disingenuous. He
massively dominates the conversation, too.
Yes, exactly. That's what I mean. Like, he doesn't let anyone make their point. He makes the wrong points and the wrong arguments and never lets anybody
and then he'll strawman the hell out of them and not let them respond to it. And the moment they start responding, he'll interrupt them.
Why are you interrupting me?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, I've never had the pleasure. I've never been in a hangout with any of the fundies.
Be thankful.
I'm sure it'll happen eventually. I'm still a rookie on the whole hangout thing.
Yeah. We are selectively hostile here.
I mean, like, I actually went to them and got in just to listen to them for a bit, and because it was when I was fairly new too, so none of them knew me. A lot of them still don't know me, anyways. But because I'm kind of selective in who I hang out with, I guess. But I mean, it's interesting to get in there and listen. I mean, for me, I don't mind hearing about, you know, the religious ideology and if they're preaching and all this. I don't mind that at all. But I was more surprised how often they talk about how much they hate atheists and how much they basically they just atheist bash more time than they spend talking about what, you know, their actual what their actual hangouts are supposed to be. But they don't even but then they'll come in and say all atheists do are bash Christians and talk, you know, shit, and it's like I see the other way around. You know?
If I may though, it's funny because when I started initially doing these kind of hangouts, now the shuffles did start on the old channel. They went to go to Unlisted afterwards, blah blah blah. That started there. I was going to have them all public once I came over here, and I realized how much space they're taking up. I'm at like 150 videos or something like that now, and almost all of them are freaking shuffles, like 2/3 of them easily. So they're unlisted again, and I put them to unlisted, but put them in this playlist. But the whole point of me starting these was how many Christians were saying, well, the only thing you ever talk about is religion, and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, no, we don't. What the fuck? Right. And I mean, we talk about sometimes even cars, for fuck's sake. But,
rattlesnakes.
Yeah, you know, I mean, there are plenty of other discussions that we have. But the one thing that keeps a lot of us, you know, together right now, initially, is we find out, okay, you agree with us on this one viewpoint. You also are not one of these people that have these beliefs that we think are kind of fucked up and weird. So we'll hang around with our own, so to speak, to a degree, and that's the one thing we know we have in common. Right. And what happens is you sit there, you're in a room, and you're not sure what to necessarily say, because what else do I have in common with these people? And then somebody pipes up and says, you know, they're doing another Spider-Man movie, I hope they're not doing another reboot, and then the fucking room explodes with commentary.
Yeah. Speaking of which...
Yes.
So looking forward to the Daredevil series. We're just over a month away, and I've barely seen a trailer.
Yeah, the first one was interesting. I kind of liked it. I didn't know the character prior to that, but it wasn't a great movie, and a lot of that was the acting. And I'm looking to see how this one goes. But you're right, not much on the promotion side.
I'm actually very surprised at that. It looks like they're going a lot into the Frank Miller and early days before he went red.
Ah, wow.
So he's basically going to be wearing basically a ninja suit.
Oh, that's going to be kind of fun.
And everything I'm hearing is towards the end is when he's going to actually start putting together a costume. Because at the start, all he's doing is, you know, hiding his identity and hiding in shadows.
Yeah.
So he's wearing black.
So basically, it's I'm going to cite what I consider to be probably the best superhero movie ever made, Unbreakable.
Dude, I'm a big fan of that one.
So they're going a little bit more with that, like the rise of the proverbial hero, more so than the, okay, now let's put on the tights kind of thing.
Well, and this is taking place in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, so this is the same world that has Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor in it. And it's going to be very, very street level, as far as the storyline and the power sets. They're tying it in with Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and Jessica Jones, which is kind of a newer character.
Kind of the B-listers, so to speak, in terms of the supers, or
they're doing 4 miniseries of individual heroes. They'll probably have a little bit of crossover in there, and they're following up with the 5th miniseries called The Defenders, which is going to be their team series, where they all team up. So it's going to be I'm very intrigued by it.
I thought Luke Cage and some of the others were more mercenary style in the way they handled things, though.
Heroes for Hire.
Yeah.
The whole Heroes for Hire thing, yeah. But they did a lot of stuff off the books too, pro bono.
Yeah, cool.
And I'm getting the vibe that's what they're going to aim for there, the whole law firm type thing, where they do a lot of pro bono work.
Okay, makes sense to me.
The one thing that I saw a lot of advertisement for, and I don't know if it's Marvel or DC, but was the Ant-Man.
Ant-Man. Yeah, that's Marvel.
Marvel as well.
As a matter of fact, he's one of the original Marvel heroes. He was the second Marvel superhero.
Yeah, I think they
consider. I know that he's pretty old. That there's lots of different incursions of the story, like different characters. Like it passes on, kind of, and
well, kind of that
different things that. Yeah.
It's a convoluted story. When I say Marvel character, I'm talking from 1961.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Not all the way back to the Captain America the 40s. That was Atlas Comics, and then Timely Comics, and then Marvel. The same company changed names. Well, I'm showing my dork here now.
I love hearing this kind of stuff.
Oh, but that's perfectly
I
fine,
don't
man.
know a lot about it, but I'm definitely interested in it. Yeah.
But this is
Thor actually predates the Marvel Universe. Thor was around for the Atlas Comics era.
But this is the thing, and I'm going to just kind of touch on this a hair. Now, this right here is exactly what I was talking about a few minutes back before we jumped into this topic.
Yeah.
Because the moment you give us a chance that, okay, here's something that a group of us can talk about that has nothing to do with that crap, we're all the fuck over it. It's like, okay, great, let's get the hell away from that. Because we don't give a shit most of the time.
Right.
Just wanted to drive that home. Okay, Thor.
Thor actually, before they went Marvel Comics, the first Marvel Comics was Fantastic Four #1. And that was back in 1961. Thor was around for a couple of years before that, but they were really not really doing the superhero thing. They're doing more of, the God in modern times thing. And after Fantastic Four, they decided to go ahead and fold him in and make him part of a shared universe. And then Ant-Man was very shortly thereafter. Ant-Man was actually a founding Avenger in the comics. Ant-Man, Wasp, Thor, Hulk, and Iron Man. They were the founding Avengers.
Now, do you think they're going to try to tie him into the Avengers somehow
I'm getting
down the line?
I'm getting the impression that okay, the way they're doing the movie, what they're doing is they're doing a generational thing. Hank Pym was Ant-Man in the 70s.
Yeah, that's the one I know.
Late 60s and 70s. Well, and that's what they're doing in the movie, too. They've got Michael Douglas playing Hank Pym. And so there might be some flashback stuff where they've got him, out doing his thing. And I'm getting the impression that he was really heavily involved with S.H.I.E.L.D. Back in the day. With, Howard Stark and Howard and Maria Stark and all them.
Yeah.
I'm kind of intrigued how if they end up tying it even further. Haley Atwell would be perfect to show up in it. When she was the leader of S.H.I.E.L.D. Which I don't know if she's going to end up being, but I'm getting that vibe. The whole Marvel Cinematic Universe, they've done a really good job on.
Yeah.
I'm very scared that DC is going to fail miserably.
I used to, read comics sporadically, when I was younger and stuff, and always took an interest in them. And when they came out with, I know Transformers isn't a, comic book movie, but when they came out with that, and they started to come out with reboots basically of old cartoons or comic books and stuff, I was fairly skeptical about how good they were actually going to be, and I didn't really care for the Transformers that much. I mean, it wasn't.
But the first one was okay.
The first one was okay. Yeah, exactly. But then
I didn't even like
when
the first one.
when they came out with the
Michael Bay's. Yeah, the first one was awful.
See,
it's like they did a really good job with everything.
My problem, the first
Wait, hang on a second. I got to break in for one moment here, Faithless. You're really low volume there.
I know, it's my new sound card. I know.
Okay,
I
hang on.
I
let me
can't be
crank
any
you up.
louder.
No. I can crank you up. That's why I had you doing a sound
Okay.
test. Okay, that should be better.
Yeah,
first.
I admit I didn't see the second two Transformers. I stopped at the first because it was so bad. So I'm
Really, I
thinking,
didn't-
are the like the last two? Are they that terrible that they make the good one look good in retrospect?
I liked the first one when it first came out. I mean, I wasn't expecting Shakespeare. I wasn't expecting greatness. The thing I probably liked the most about it was it didn't suck.
Really?
I mean, obviously we're having a disagreement of opinion here.
I honestly
There were
I have-
basically all the stuff with the robots on the screen. I thought was pretty cool. When you started putting the characters, the humans on the screen, I was going, really?
Well, that's okay. Now, I personally think that it sucked, and I'll tell you why. Now, I'll say that it was spiraling out of control in worseness after that. But even the first one, I'd have to say, kind of sucked. And part of that, and the majority of that is, of course, the humans, because, well, we had enough problems with the robots themselves, and that the way that they did them up, you didn't have the distinctive coloration. You couldn't really tell one from the next, and that was a huge problem. But the humans part of the story, which a lot of it was such crap.
I will agree with you there. And you know what? I'm going to be honest here. A lot of this is probably going to be a little bit of a... What's the fond memory thing.
Yeah.
Because I saw the original cartoon Transformers movie in the theater.
Oh, I remember that one. That one was. It was okay for the cartoon. Yeah, it was fun.
To hear Optimus Prime say bullshit. No, not bullshit. But to hear Optimus Prime cuss.
Yeah.
Was awesome.
Right.
As a 12-year-old kid.
Oh, I can imagine. I didn't see it in the theater. I got it later, and I was also old by the time I saw that shit. But
I didn't know it had a theatrical release.
yeah, they went from the Earth setting out to a space-based setting, and they did the theatrical as a transition.
They jumped from a modern day to 2005 or 2001 in the movie. So they jumped forward like 15 years.
Okay.
And that's where the Generation 2 thing, where they came back and Rodimus Prime was the leader.
Yeah, well, yeah, where they had Optimus die and Rodimus take over to sell new toys. But like,
Well,
that's
yeah, but
where
they killed him off in the movie. That was the big thing with the movie. It was here's where we get to kill him.
The most obvious failure to me in the Transformers Michael Bay movie is the failure of selling toys. Like all the Autobots and even the Decepticons, they all look pretty much the same except for like two. They all look like the same robot, and like, where's your toy selling stuff? Like you watch the movie and you can't tell them apart.
I didn't want it to be a commercial.
Well, yeah, but the original cartoon was a
Well, but
all of those cartoons at the time were.
Yeah,
well, I think
the story.
I think this ties into the fact that they all pretty much looked alike. I mean, I watched Transformers when I was relatively young, not as young as you apparently, but at the same point, you go there and you want to see those favorite characters. Now, you have Optimus Optimus Prime stood out.
Yes,
he was just about the only one in terms of the classics. Bumblebee, Bumblebee in my mind didn't even stand out because he was the wrong fucking kind of car.
You know why he was the wrong car?
He was also like a morph. He could be any car he wants.
Yeah,
so, like, there's no real.
They can all do that. Which that one kind of bugged me that they could just change period.
So why is he named Bumblebee? Like the original Transformer was named Bumblebee because he was pretty much a Beetle copy, right?
Yeah, Volkswagen Beetle.
Yeah.
But the reason he wasn't in the movie, they actually went to VW,
right?
And they declined to give them a license.
But then we have another. I didn't know that, but that's fine. But regardless of that, the other problem I have is if you're going to set it so they could basically become whatever the fuck they wanted, why can't they fly?
They can. Quite a few of them.
The Autobots?
Well, they had to. I mean, for example, Optimus Prime, he had to put on a jetpack, basically, but he could.
In the movies. Yeah, but why can't he transform into a plane?
Good point.
Like, he can transform into any vehicle he wants.
Good point.
Yeah. Like, it becomes stupid why he can't decide to... I'll transform her to a chopper.
What we have here is a failure of imagination.
Yes.
Well, it's like we were saying earlier about movies, or they got to conform to, a storyline and visuals that are going to sell to the masses and not so much to the old school.
Right. I know.
Or the community that will actually appreciate the movie more for its.
Well, I understand that in general, and I get that normally. Yeah. But Michael Bay seems to have this pattern of, oh, well, this was popular, let's make a movie based on it and not watch any of the original material.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm going to have to go ahead and revise my opinion. I'm going to have to say that I probably loved that movie because it was Transformers, and that was about it.
Yeah, nostalgia. And that's...
Nostalgia.
Okay, it's like that damn ninja movie, the Ninja Turtle movie. I sat there, and I went, and I managed to watch it, we'll just say, and I got about 20, 30 minutes into it, and I'm like, I'm done. I'm just fucking done.
I haven't even seen the new one.
Now, I talked with one friend that's like, oh, what are you talking about? That movie was good. I'm like, I watched that movie too. I think it was the 36-minute mark. Because at this point, I was watching it to see how long it would take Megan Fox's facial expression to change.
Oh, boy. Man, you want to talk about movies that you get into fights over. Okay, Starship Troopers.
Oh, with the first one or the sequel?
The first one. The first one. I saw it I was so stoked. I was just humming, ready to see it. And went and saw it, and I walked out of the theater going, my childhood has been raped.
Well, I never read the stories that were behind it or any of this other stuff. So I didn't have any of that background. But every once in a while, something that's done in this propaganda style I thought was kind of fun, and for what it was, I thought it was okay, but it was still kind of like meh.
Well, taking away the whole nostalgia thing, storyline-wise, you're fighting against an enemy that takes at least 6 to 10 of you to kill.
Yep.
You're outnumbered 1,000,000 to 1. Your weapons consist of an M16 and a tactical nuke. Those are the only weapons you've got.
Like I said, it's meh.
But
Where
here's
are-
what
where
I
are your
liked
tanks?
about, like, let's give the movie credit. Like, it was kind of off to me. It wasn't perfect at all, but there was one thing I did like, and it was when Neil Patrick Harris comes in, and you sort of
Commandant
find out,
Dougie Hauser.
and you sort of get the vibe that, okay, actually the humans might be the bad guys here.
Yeah.
That part I liked. Like, I
Well,
gotta
okay.
give the execution is not exactly on target.
A lot of the illogic in that movie just hurt my head.
Yeah.
You don't go in to try to save them. They get captured. They get cornered. You kill them. If your own guys get captured or cornered, you don't try to rescue them. You just shoot them.
Yep.
What? No. You're getting ready to go on a field maneuver. You're getting ready to assault a position, but your guy gives you 5 more minutes because you want to get lucky. What?
Yeah, like I said, the propaganda film side of it is what I liked. Beyond that, meh.
Well, and then I found out later on, I got even more mad because the movie was written. It was ready to be filmed, and then someone said, hey, this has got some similarities to Starship Troopers. So they changed some names.
I never heard that.
Yeah. It was originally a movie called Bug Hunt. And it was sold, and then when they got hold of it, Frankenheimer, is Frankenheimer the one who directed it?
I don't recall.
I forget who directed it, but he said he tried to read the book, gave up after 20 pages, which the book is really, really, it might be my favorite Heinlein book. And
So is this one of those situations that if they kept with Bug Hunt, you might have enjoyed it?
if they kept it at Bug Hunt, I could have enjoyed it for what it was. I'd still had problems because of the illogical.
Because of the meh. Because of the meh.
Yeah. But I wouldn't have been just so depressed about it because there is a good story, a good movie to be had there out of that book, especially nowadays with the FX technology. They could do power armor. Man, I was so upset with that one. And I went there with a Iraq 1 vet who walked out going, "Those are idiots. They have no idea." I mean, he just started going off on the military side of it. And I noticed a lot of the similarities to RoboCop.
Yeah. Well, the same scriptwriter.
Same director.
Oh, same director as well. Okay.
Verhoeven, that's who it is.
Yeah, Verhoeven. Yeah.
Paul Verhoeven.
I didn't know if he directed Starship Troopers. I only know that, like, it was the same guy who wrote the both.
And I actually really enjoyed RoboCop, so I guess that's where the original source material might have colored my view.
Somebody just put in the comment Paul Voorhees.
Voorhees.
Hang on.
Paul Verhoeven.
Verhoeven. Okay, I can't fucking pronounce that. Verhoeven. Okay.
Yeah.
Looking at it, that's a lot of fucking random looking letters. Okay.
Yeah.
I loved his version of Total Recall.
The original one, yeah.
The original? Because the one with Arnold,
movie.
I really loved.
Yeah. You know, the funny part is,
that's my favorite Arnold movie, actually.
I read the book
Mine too.
about a year before the movie came out, which Piers Anthony wrote the novelization. And I thought they actually did a really good job. I've discovered afterwards it was the opposite way around, but I thought they did a really good job of adapting the book. Turns out he adapted the movie, and it just came out a year before the movie.
Yeah.
And I've read the original short story it was based off of, Recall Inc., which is another one of those mindfuck stories that P.K. Dick wrote.
He would.
He was really fun. He really enjoyed the mindfuck.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of mindfuck, yesterday, me and my wife watched Predestination.
I've heard good things about that.
That was a fucked up movie, but we liked it.
I've not seen it yet, but I've heard some good things about it. But it's on my list to eventually take a look at. But it's funny because every time I'm sitting there going around going, what movie do I want to watch? I see the name and immediately forget, that it's actually nothing to do with what we generally hear when we're,
I didn't even realize it until we got ready to watch it. It's based off of a Heinlein story.
Yeah.
All You Zombies. And I didn't even realize that. I was like, wow. And then I've read that story and watched the movie, that's probably his best, well, not even probably, that is his best adaptation that I've seen. I mean, significantly better than Starship Troopers and quite a bit better than Puppet Masters.
Yeah.
One of my favorite mindfuck movies is 12 Monkeys.
Yes.
And then also Brazil is pretty good at that, too.
I love Brazil, yeah.
Brazil was good.
Brazil.
And both of those by the same director. Yep. Not a Monty Python guy.
Mm-hmm.
Terry Gilliam.
Yep.
But you got to see the director's cut of Brazil because they had cuts where there's a happy ending and it's completely.
Oh yeah, it doesn't even make sense. That the TV cut doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
They ended the TV version in the middle of a dream.
And the American theatrical release, they cut the movie right when he pretty much the love scene, the climactic love scene before everyone dies.
So
that's where they cut it. So it has the beautiful ending, and you're like, yeah, but wait, what about the rest of the story?
The theatrical release, the American theatrical release was still all right. It was the TV release that was messed up. Okay. The theatrical release, if you get the DVD of it or something, it's fine.
Yeah. Well, I had the DVD that had 3 versions on it, so I don't know. That's why I'm saying there were 3 cuts. One of them ends in the bedroom. One of them ends with the dream sequence, and the director's cut. I'm not sure where the director's cut.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Anyway, the one wants is the director's cut. That's the one you want.
Okay, just as a footnote, there was a part 1 to tonight's shuffle, and for some fucking reason, because I decided to play Internet is for Porn, it is blocked in Turkey and Germany. Fuck you all, deleted.
There wasn't even any cussing in that.
Nope. Actually, better yet.
What? Wait, what's the reason?
The Internet is for porn.
Yeah.
You played a little video clip of that.
Yeah, I was just goofing off with that. Fuck.
By the way, Shadow, did you get a chance to look up that Repairman Jack series I was telling you about?
No, dude, I've been fucking busy as shit.
Has anyone else heard of the Repairman Jack series?
Never heard of it. Sorry.
It's a contemporary fantasy. Very, very little fantasy involved. But it's good stuff.
It's just a dash of weird, like Twin Peaks style?
Actually, that's probably a good way to put it. It's basically the entire world is normal, except this one little guy. This one guy who is like a weirdness magnet. So everyone else, for the most part, don't know anything weird is going on, and he's able to pull back the corners. He's able to do the whole Kolchak thing. They write the whole series. It's phenomenally well done, and it's a complete series too. So there's no waiting to see how it ends.
There we go. Okay.
The writer is F. Paul Wilson. If you get a chance, I highly recommend him. Speaking of contemporary fantasy, the Dresden Files. Anyone?
Never caught that.
I watched a little bit of it. I don't
the TV show was different.
Yeah,
obviously.
I remember a little bit of the TV show and going, this is kind of crap.
Well, they abandoned some of the benchmarks. What it is it follows this guy named Harry Dresden, Harry Blackstone Copperfield Dresden specifically, who has an ad in the Chicago newspaper saying wizard. Yep. No love potions, no this, that, the other. Good rates. And he's in the newspaper. He's in the yellow pages under wizard.
Okay.
And he mostly works as a PI, and for the most part, that's all he does. But then occasionally he gets some weird shit. They definitely play the masquerade thing, where all myths are true in this world. You've got Odin hanging out with the Archangel Uriel. It's at one point. It's the whole. Yeah. The big dichotomy, or not dichotomy, the big thing there is you've got the mundane world, and then you've got fairy, where I get the impression that's where all of the big powers come from, the archangels and everything.
Don't know.
Creates a really good mythology, really good magic system.
Huh, cool.
And one of the benchmarks of all of the wizards in the world is they are
wizards.
They are hell on technology. Just being around it, they'll mess up technology.
Cool.
So he can't have a PC.
So they went for the electromagnetic field kind of angle.
Actually, that's specifically it. And they all and then on top of that, they also have a unusual weird things happen around them to where mechanical things will break too. It takes longer. The less technologically advanced it is, the better chance it has. Which is why he drove around in a '68 Beetle. In the TV show, they changed that to a Korean era Jeep, which that actually makes more sense because he's like 6'8" tall. He's ridiculously tall. But he carries around a revolver and a blasting staff because you never know what you're gonna need.
Mm-hmm. Odd. Interesting though.
The genesis for that series, he was taking a creative writing class, and that was when Anita Blake, Vampire Hunter, was really big at the time. I don't know if she might still be big. And he was making a comment to his teacher that this is the kind of crap I don't want to write. I don't want to write this, And she basically laid down a challenge for him to write one of those, and so he decided to prove her right or wrong, and write the biggest pap, awful stuff that he could. And then he wrote it under the title of Semi-Auto Magic, and then he kind of dug it. Now, 13 books later.
Okay. What was the name of the Repairman show again?
Repairman Jack. It's a TV. No, it's a book series.
Oh, it's a book series. Okay.
Yes.
So okay. So they're books.
Incidentally, just random.
And one needs to be able to read. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, just a couple random things. I've just found out through checking Facebook that Owen Lenahan and his current girl Jamie have gotten a rabbit.
Oh.
I wonder if it's going to live. But
I wonder how much it's going to inspire them.
I think I might be the only one here who caught that one, Shadow.
Yeah, you might be. Rabbit done died, that whole reference. Yeah. But in any case, I just saw that, and I just wanted to make a quick commentary, because, we have Avenue Q, and apparently Germany and Turkey, there's some company that's claiming that they own the rights to it.
Copyright?
Yeah. That annoys the crap out of me. There's this one group in Germany that claims copyright on every fucking thing. And I've, put up a short sample of like this, that, or the other thing, and I'll have the fucking CD case in front of me, and I'll be like, you don't own the copyright on this. What the fuck's your problem?
There are some companies like that claim anything, and sometimes
copyright
even stuff that isn't actually for them. Yeah.
Well, this is like Sony Germany or some shit like that.
Oh, well, okay. If it's
they claim to own every fucking thing in the world.
Maybe they do. Dun.
Not the Monty Python Sing CD that I sampled 10 seconds from and got flagged on.
Okay.
Flagged for 10 seconds.
Time for a total change of subject, and now for something completely different.
And now for something completely different. Yes.
Favorite Monty Python song. I'm gonna toss out Bruce's.
You don't.
For me, it's
don't ask.
what's the Universe song there? Just
Life.
From Life. That's how it's called.
Yes, The Meaning of Life.
Yeah, from the one from The Meaning of Life. You know what I mean? I do like Look on the Bright Side of Life.
And there's the penis song.
Yeah.
And there's Sit on my face and tell me that you love me.
Sit on my face and tell me that you love me.
Unfortunately, with lag, you can't sing together.
Yeah.
Lee called it. Lee's already fucking called it. He knows what's going to happen next. Okay, has everybody else answered yet?
Mine's gonna be Bruce's. I've got a lot of ones I like a lot, but Bruce's is probably my favorite.
Let's see now. Let's see if we can get anyone else in here.
I also props to the song, the Bard of Brave Sir Robin sings. Sir Robin.
Yes, Jacob, you in on this one?
Yeah, that's probably mine right there.
Okay. Heathen Mind.
Heathen Mind?
Mind of Heathen. Nope. Simon. Did they fall asleep?
It's possible.
Well, for those that have been watching the Insomnia Shuffle for a while, I think most of you know what's coming next. So, as for my favorite Monty Python song, inflammation of the foreskin reminds me of your smile. I've had balanital chancroids for quite a little while. I gave my heart to NSU that lovely night in June. I ache for you, my darling, and I hope you get well soon. My penile water herpes, my syphilitic sores, your manilial infection, how I miss you more and more. Your doobies itch, my scrub pox, our lovely gonorrhea. At least we both were lying when we said that we were clear. My clapped out genitalia is not so bad for me, as a complete and utter failure every time I try to pee. I'm dying from your love, my love, I'm your spiral kettle clown. I've left my body to science, but I'm afraid they turned it down. There we go.
It's a good thing you sing a little bit off key, otherwise Sony Germany would.
Yeah, no shit.
Right
fucking
there.
assholes. Yeah, fuck you.
Bravo.
I had Lee out there in the comments going, Shadow's going to sing now, right? I'm like, ah, fuck. Yeah, you're right, I am.
I think I have to rename my song because it's not called Bruce's, it's called the Philosopher Song.
Yes, actually it's Bruce's Philosopher Song.
Okay.
Technically speaking, but yeah.
No one else I know of knows that. You're one of the few that I've heard that know of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wouldn't know the titles of these songs.
The dork is heavy with us.
Yeah, yeah. But the Bruce's Philosopher Song is the one that starts with, Emmanuel Kant was rough, his act was very rarely stable. I could dig with a busy bagel, think of you under the table. David how consume William Frederick Hegel, and of course, time is a very fine who's just as slush as Lego. A friend of mine used to speed sing this shit. Tripping over our tongues the whole fucking way to see you could do it faster was great.
There's nothing Nietzsche couldn't teach you.
But the raising of the wrist.
Socrates himself was permanently pissed.
Yep.
I love that song.
Yeah, we had a bunch of them actually memorized. There was one occasion that we were sitting there, me and this buddy of mine, and singing. Okay, me singing the medical love song kind of sucks, but he and I together we could harmonize really well. So there was this one waitress that was sitting there and being really flirty, and I turned to my buddy and I'm like, I think we should serenade her. And he goes, oh yes, we should. And she's like, you want to serenade me? You want to serenade me? And we looked at each other, just grinned and turned, and both broke into chorus. But by the second, she's sitting there through the first whole section going, did they just say blah? By the time we got to the second little section of it, she's like, ah! Manager comes over a few minutes later. He's like, guys, did you do it again? We're like, yeah. He's like, guys, you need to stop doing this. Just keep scaring away the help. I'm like, okay.
Fine.
Yes, because we had too much fun with it, and they didn't always appreciate it. But it was either that or sit on my face, and that's one we tended to go with.
Sit on my face and tell me that you love me. Yep.
Yeah. Sit on your face and I'll tell you I love you
too. You too.
I put you found a ghost 6996 on her face and all sorts of places and playing told you play. Anyway, yeah. Don't want to get once again. Sony, fuck you. Fake Sony.
They're the racist ones like I like Chinese. And
I like Chinese.
Yes, they only come up to your knees. Yeah.
And then never be rude to an Arab.
Never
don't know that one.
Be rude to an Arab. I better not say that. Actually, let's stop. I know what comes next.
There's of course the I like traffic lights.
Yes.
Oh man, I forgot about that one.
Traffic lights.
Wow. Yeah. I
Not
forgot
when
about that.
they are red.
Oh, what was? Oh.
No, but only when they're green.
No, that's a different verse.
Yep.
But only when they're green.
Yeah, even that's the meaning of life has that's the meaning of death as one of the verses.
And of course, every sperm is sacred.
Yep.
Ah, yes.
But without the children, you can't even attempt to sing it. You need the choir.
I can't do the falsetto anywhere near that. Yeah. I can barely carry a tune in my own voice.
Yeah. But yeah, that's absolutely one of the classics. That's one of the greater ones as far as I'm concerned. But there are also some really weird ones like the Finland song.
Finland, 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 what a wonderful place it's to be.
Yep. And what was the other one? The Harry Kissinger, How We're Missing Ya? What was that one?
Harry Kissinger, oh, how I'm missing ya. Yep.
Lumberjack song, I imagine.
Lumberjack, yeah. I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay.
Oh shit, Simon needs the link again. Let me get him. Oops. Let me open up a new fucking window to do that. Actually, let me try it this way first. Simon! There we go.
Man, I'm going through my head trying to remember all the Monty Python songs. I used to have a little double CD set.
They were so fucking
That
many.
explains it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the dork was strong.
I only got it from the movie.
It should be the same link as earlier. Wait a minute, it's the same fucking Hangout. You should still have it in G+. Well, I also re-invited you anyway, but if you still have a problem, let me know, Simon.
I'm okay. So, favorite sketch then?
What's that?
Favorite sketch?
Oh
If
man,
you
favorite
have one.
sketch. It's gonna be hard to narrow it down. I think it's gonna have to be John Cleese, of course. Probably the Ministry of Funny Walks.
I hate to do it, but Parrot.
The Parrot sketch.
I really like the parrot.
Parrot sketch. Well, there's Parrot sketch and Cheese Shop, which are pretty much the same sketch in a different angle.
Yeah.
But
come
I
on,
have to
The
go.
Parrot sketch.
I think the Spam skit.
Wait, hang on
What's
a second. Hang on a second.
The parrot sketch nails it when he hits the parrot on the counter.
The thing is, though, the Parrot sketch for me, there's a very distinct reason why that. My first serious girlfriend, after we'd gotten together and did the serious thing, looks at me, goes down, and this parrot is dead.
So if you hadn't nailed it to the punch, you'd be pushing up the daisies.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, that is a fucking good one.
The one major difference between those two sketches, in the Parrot sketch, John Cleese's character is just as stupid as anyone else. In the Cheese Shop sketch, he ends it with saying, "Right, I'm gonna have to kill you now."
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I think my
Because
favorite.
he sells him at the end of the Parrot sketch. He sells him a slug. You're gonna sell me a slug? Does it talk? Yes. Right. I'll have that one then.
Okay, let me see if I can get him in here. I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna have to resend the link and see if we can get his ass in here or not. I don't know what's up with this. There might be a problem with the Hangout letting people back in. Google's such a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
My favorite skit was the one where these kind of stuffy people, but they were arguing between Woody words and tinny words.
Oh yeah.
Well, and there's the argument sketch.
The
Yes.
Lodge.
Where
And there's
are they
the
going for an
spam
argument?
skit.
I came here for an argument. You didn't. No, you didn't.
Spam.
What was the,
Yes.
What was the one with the people that were hiding?
The art of not being seen.
Oh yes. You had to put it that way for me to remember it.
Okay, the link should
I
fucking work
still have
unless
a
it's
fun spot
failing
for
out.
the upper middle class tweet of the year.
Okay, hang on 1 second. For the sake of Simon, go to G+, click on the little, on the far right side, you'll have a little, it looks like almost like a quotation mark in a speech bubble. When you click on that, even if the link doesn't work, it should, in theory, up above, still show a little green light next to the Hangout we're having here. Which I don't know what the fuck it's going to look like on your end. But it should have a little green camera-looking symbol on that right side once you open it up. It may also show red down below as a Hangout you can get to. Anyway, sorry.
Do any of these words embarrass you? Shoe, megaphone,
Wankel
Grumpy.
rotary engine.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to jump in there.
Some of this shit still makes me laugh. Wait a minute. upper class twit of the year, says Lee Russell.
Mm-hmm.
Man, there was so much. Should probably consider winding this down eventually. Yeah, fuck it.
Oh.
It's Monty Python.
Yeah.
Nigel's fallen asleep. No.
Oh, here's one I haven't thought of for a while. The Masons sketch. John Cleese walks in to show him an abattoir. Well, we did ask for a block of flats. Oh, well, I guess you don't want this. And he goes off on a rant about how much you hate my work. Well, we did ask for a block of flats, not an abattoir.
Oh yeah, I remember that one now. Okay, yeah.
Silly Walks.
That's my favorite. Ministry of Silly Walks. Because, man, he had to commit for that one.
Oh, yeah.
If I think about it, probably every one of my favorite ones are John Cleese.
He has a common theme in most of them. I don't know if he's the one who wrote them.
Well, they were all collaborative.
Oh, it's giving the fucking party's over message. Son of a bitch.
Yeah. When it's arguing about petty stuff, it's almost certainly John Cleese who wrote it.
What's the party's over message about?
After the Hangout's been off air for a certain amount of time, it gets pissy. This is why I like doing the 15 person Hangouts. Now, granted, when I do the 15 person, it doesn't tell anyone who the fuck's in there. But at the same point, you never worry about that nice little kick power. That's kind of why I like them. I can still eject while doing something that's basically an off-air for all intents and purposes. Doesn't have any of the stupidity about this on-air, off-air shit. I probably should have just never started the broadcast. No, well, fuck it. Well, the Google Hangouts style broadcast. Eh. Fuck it. Oh, well. Anyway, at that note, we're approaching an hour 30 on this one. The other one was an hour but had to be deleted.
Yeah.
I should probably...
It never happened.
Yeah, well, that's just pain in the ass. Fuck Sony. It wasn't letting me download the fucking MP4 for it either. I should have had it saved remotely too, but I didn't bother to do that. Well, sorry, Simon. Nothing I can do about that at this point, sadly enough. It also means nobody else can get into the fucking Hangout, which also blows. So, do we want to switch to another Hangout, or just say fuck it?
I think it would be preferable to... But it depends on you, really, on the host,
really give
and
a
how
shit.
tired he's feeling.
I'm not fucking tired. I have to be up in the morning, but I might just stay the fuck up. I don't know.
I'll be awake.
Well, let me do something a little bit different here for the hell of it, and...
Completely different, or a little bit different?
And now for something completely different.
No, not that different. Let's see now. Dum dum dum. Dum 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 dum. Ah, shit. Okay, that did not work at all the way I wanted. But yeah, it's giving me that fucking message too, apparently. I should have used a different browser for this. Fuck. Let's see if I can fix this. Let's see now, and... fuck. We don't have that option, do we? Let's see if that works at all. I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing here. So please bear with me. In theory, I should be transmitting still. I just lost everyone that was in the call because I clicked the wrong fucking button, unfortunately. I'm going to put this link out to my shuffle list. I'm going to have to do it under another fucking browser, unfortunately. Sorry, guys, I kind of fucked up on this one. Let's see now. YouTube. There we go. Come on, am I logged into the right account? No. Oh, fuck, you mean I was logged into that one on this one the whole time? Man, I fucked that up. Yeah. Good job. Good job, heathen. Let's see. Sorry about this. Not what I was expecting. Let's see now. Just get to the right fucking account on this damn thing. Okay. Completely fucked up. And we'll just post the fucking link in general. Okay, come on. Come on, piece of shit. Come on, you can do it. Okay. I love my computer sometimes. What the fuck? Okay, there we go. I am now in beside myself. Lovely. Okay. Yeah, this is fascinating. I'm logged in with myself. Fuck it, I'll fix that in a minute. First off, let's send the link out. Sorry, I'm willing to bet this is about as fun as watching water boil. And paste. Now, on my regular Shadow Heathens channel, I am posting the link. For those that try to join, you will not be seeing the link. Let's start off with the shuffle list. And we have, let's see now, Mind of a Heathen. And we have, oh fuck, how did I just forget what the hell I was talking about? Oh yeah, fucking stupid, fuck it. Simon, that's right. Here we go. And I just dropped out of my own call. We'll get that fixed in a minute. Because I'm going to have to switch to this one here. Bum, 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 bum. Link's been posted. And hopefully people will actually bother to fucking join. We'll see in a moment. I don't fucking know. I colossally fucked that up. Let's see now. I gotta get my own self back in here. That might help. Let's go. Come on. Come on, alter ego. Get in there. There we go. Come on. There we go. That should be it in theory. If I can get back in. Okay, fuck you. Here we go. Grab this. Oh, let's see how much more I can fuck shit up tonight. This has been a clusterfuck of a night for me. There we go. And now it's going to get pissed that I'm logged into the other browser, probably. Maybe not. Okay, there we go. In with my happy scroll self. There we go. Allow. Okay, now people can start fucking joining because I have my admin in here, finally. Sorry about that. That was a pain. I had to get the admin loaded.
No worries.
And I'm going to have to switch the sound in here to the appropriate configuration. Let's see now.
Mine is telling me my microphone
Phone is not working or is hardware muted.
It's not. It's lying. The cake is a lie.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. Okay, for those of you that try to rejoin the call, it's not going to tell you that there's anyone else in here, but fuck it, you should be able to get in. And let me see if I can manually invite some folks here. Simon. What the hell's the rest of his freaking name? Of course, it's not going to be cooperative. I have to go through every Simon in the fucking world right now. Okay. Cancel out of this shit. And I'm going to have to manually send links now. Let's see now. Where the hell is it? I can't even find my own fucking hangout. Okay, there we go. There's Mind of a Heathen. And there's Simon. Let's see if I can reorganize this. They're going to be confused by the invite, I'm quite sure. But that's okay. And there we go. And we had Faithless. There we go. I got my favorite Galaxy. And give him the link. And once again, it is on the Shadow Heathens G+. I posted the damn thing there, so that should be good too. Who the fuck else did we have in here? I've lost track at this point.
Kizume?
Oh, Kazum was in here, that's right. I'm not sure if he was... Yeah, that's right. Okay, Kizzy. Kazum gets a link. And I still feel like Jacob, that's right. And there's Jacob, and he gets a link.
And then we're gonna have to ask them because I've forgotten who else was in there.
Ding dong, there we go.
At that point.
And Simon?
You'll probably have to adjust my volume again.
I'm not going to be able to do that in this format, actually.
You actually sound good.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, not so bad. This is one of my corporate hangouts. I can do that. I has power. And there's Kizzy.
I have the power.
Dum dum dum. Yeah, it, like makes a little doorbell noise whenever anyone joins. It's kind of fun. Okay, let's invite Lee for the fuck of it because he keeps commenting out there. I doubt he'll want to necessarily come in, but why the hell not?
Perhaps he'll don the mask.
This is kind of what I probably should have just fucking done in the first place. Just set up one of the 15 people hangouts. That's what I max out at on these things. And
Well, I don't know if, like, are there 15 people awake at this hour?
probably not.
Yeah, but this one gives you a little more control, and it doesn't drop, and it doesn't, it's.
I tend to have a lot less. I tend to have a lot less sound issues doing this. Actually, truth be known, there we go. Got that in there. Okay. And it will no longer give the stupid "party's over" message shit. So damn it! I know I'm forgetting somebody. Maybe if I look back here, I can see who the hell it is. Jacob hasn't rejoined, but I think that's it. Yep, that looks to be it. Let me make sure that I sent one to Jacob. I'm pretty sure I did. This is a little bit of a clusterfuck. Don't mind me.
Thanks for that other invite, because that was the link that worked. The last one you gave me.
Then I decided to fuck it because I left my own hangout by mistake while trying to see if I could set up an alternate one. That was just fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I looked down and like, oh, Shadow's gone.
Yeah, and I couldn't get back in because it was giving me the gray message.
The party is over.
What do you mean the party's fucking over? God damn you! So I'm like, fuck it, I'll just set up the corporate one, and now I get to be a dragon on the screen. Ooh.
Yeah, those are my last words, by the way.
Man. And yeah, that's pretty much that.
We are rocking the yin yang.
Yes, we are. This is one of my secret accounts. Not really.
Your sock account.
Yeah, well, I was initially going to try and set up the Shadow Heathen account so I could do this, and then I'm sitting there, I'm going through all these different steps to get it set up so that I can set it up as like a company account, and for the whole like $5 a month that is to be able to have the 15 people in the hangout. And then it's like, okay, great, now what do you want the user ID to be for this account? I'm like, you motherfucker! You tell me now? Assholes!
Yeah, same thing happened with me, and I have, two Kizum Fowlers.
Okay, there we go. Oh, great, did I just... Okay. I switched browsers for a second, I was worried that it just fucked me over again. But apparently not. Did I just lose y'all? No?
Nope,
No,
you're still there.
Good. Okay, just making sure.
I just died in Minecraft. I lost in lava.
You lost in lava.
Yes.
Simon, is that KDE?
I lost all my good stuff.
Yeah, probably. KD.
I'm a little bit salty.
And now you're
Your GUI, is that the KDE GUI?
Yes.
Okay.
Man, you're rocking the gut TV.
I was going to have an argument with someone, so I thought I'd get dressed.
So that's how that works. And here we've got Lee. Hey Lee.
How's it going?
And try this one more time. There we go.
There you go.
I have like 5 fucking
Join our
browsers open.
conversation.
I have like 5 fucking browsers open trying to get this reorganized. Fucking cluster fucking a half. I love it. Come on, there we go. And no, I did send to Jacob, so we're good. Okay. I've reinvited theoretically everyone. So, fuck it. I'm just going to stay up and keep this fucking thing going. We have like 2 people watching that were sitting there while I was sitting there just going, no, I don't know what I'm doing.
You made it look so easy, though.
Did I? Snooze me. There we go. I get to be draconic now. Rawr. I am no longer a squirrel, motherfucker.
I gotta find that avatar you had. My wife would love that.
The Wolf Scroll, yeah, I can probably get you a copy of it at some point. I'll just have you add me on Skype at some point, and I'll get it to you.
I don't even have Skype installed right now.
Okay, I'll add or something to the list. Oh crap! That's what I actually. You should be able to get it from my page. Now that I think of it. Just go to my uploaded pictures, and it should be under avatars. That should be easy enough now that I think of it. Duh, it's already uploaded to the internet.
That's right there.
Yeah.
Duh. First one.
Ugh. Anyway. This parrot is dead. Those in my mind, that book go down in infamy. Absolutely. Well, more so due to circumstance.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sitting. You know, it's that proverbial first time and all this stuff. The gal I was seeing at the time was a little bit older than me. And she just looks down and just flop. This parrot is dead, and then just starts going into the routine. And I'm sitting there. You know, she had no clue that this was my first kind of thing, and I'm sitting there feeling incredibly uncomfortable. Kind of like, this is awkward. Why are you doing that to my? This parrot is dead. Flop. Next line. Flop. Next line. Flop. I'm like, okay. I was about as green as Prudent back then.
You just got to get to the point where
I've been following a lot of y'all on Google Plus for a while, so I feel like I've gotten to know a lot of y'all, but none of y'all know me enough to where I feel like I'm busting chops.
Well, as you may have noticed, though, we're generally pretty chill anyway.
Yeah. Because there are times I want to pop in there like, no, they don't know me well enough for that yet. I better hold back. I don't want to be known as the cock.
Nah.
It happens to all the newbies.
Well, the thing is, when I go to somebody else's channel, I'm more often than not either on my best or worst behavior, and usually best. But there are today when Nate and Roy were having a hangout, and they were talking about the spirituality and the soul kind of thing. I'm like, okay, I'm hungry, and I went in there ready to start some shit with Roy. Oh. And Roy kind of could tell, and he's like, okay. And what I didn't know is that they had Lyrical Orion in there, and she's the one that kind of started the conversation. And so it's like, oh, I want to... And I'm like, okay, good. They're not talking about that right now. This might not turn into a fight. And like it had a few days earlier, basically. On which I basically stepped on his face.
I saw that one.
Yeah, so we were sitting there in there, and she's like, I want to know what Heathens has to say. I'm like, oh, no, you don't. Oh, no. And
I could very easily see myself getting into a yelling match with Roy.
So Roy and I are kind of both supporting the notion that she really doesn't want to hear this. She does not want to open this can of worms kind of thing. So in the side, she's like referring to me as like basically being weak for not wanting to get into a fight with Roy. When I'd already sent her a link to like the 1.5-hour fucking talk I gave on the shit.
Yeah.
That wasn't the one with on Ermine's.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Okay.
No. I linked Ermine to that.
Oh, okay.
And actually, because you are a little soft again here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up Hangout Toolbox on my end, and turning up your volume on my end this time will make an actual difference on the main stream. So give me a moment. There we go, Faithless. And
thank you very much.
Cool logo.
Now you'll come in equal to everyone else, at least on the stream. In here, people can adjust as they wish on their own with that.
Right. True egalitarianism.
Yeah. But the advantage of this over a regular off-air hangout is I can show people the fucking door. I still have eject power.
Instant eject power.
Oh yeah. It's just poof, you're fucking gone. None of this dicking around shit. It's like because I'm the admin, so the admin says you go, you go.
There's something like one host power that I only see the theists use, and that's like keep people hidden in the broadcast.
Actually, it's a good feature.
Broadcast.
In general, it's a good feature for if you have no idea who's coming in next and you don't want somebody to come in and interrupt the conversation. However, in this case, I get a little ding and it pops up with a window saying so-and-so is asked to join the call. And I can sit there and it's either accept or reject, and I can leave it there on screen until I'm ready for somebody to come in.
Okay.
And I can also announce them, which is kind of fun too.
Yeah, but still, I'm under the impression that like only the religious actually keep people in there. Only the religious, like the G-Man especially.
They'll do that on.
uses
They'll
it.
do that on Xboxes. He'll unbroadcast himself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he does that when he
Exactly.
he does that when he goes off air, and I'm gonna. There we go. Let's adjust you just a hair down, actually. There we go. That should be good. Okay.
Right. Well, thank you for correcting my the impression I had.
But yeah, it is occasionally used by other people, but it's more often used by certain people within the religious community. And with the format that Nate and Roy, thank you. I just blanked. It's that hour apparently. But with the format that Nate and Roy use, it makes perfect sense because he'll have people joining the hangout while they're still doing their shtick at the beginning. And then when they're ready to, they'll start putting people on air. I've sat there in the hangout with them for the first like half hour or so, just sitting there twiddling my thumbs, bullshitting in the little side chat inside. I mean, there have been times that I'll sit there and now, not to potentially speak ill or reveal too much, but you'll have like somebody in there sitting there going on about this, that, and the other, and I'll have Nate sitting there whispering to me, "They're driving me insane." The last time he did this was pertaining to Neffy, actually.
Well, I'm sure that's something has never been said before in a.
Yeah, that's unheard of.
Yeah, he's whispering in the side chat like, "Oh," I'm like, "Don't worry, dude, I got this." I annoyed Neffy to the point that they had to kick his ass out.
I don't know.
Okay, here's a question for you then. Who would drive you more nuts, Nate or Mike from Forbidden Fruit?
Oh, I would
Right
spend.
now, Mike.
I would sit in a. No, I like Nate. I really do.
I said Nate. I'm sorry. I meant Neffy.
Oh,
or
Neffy.
Mike. Or Mike from Forbidden Fruit.
Whew. Wow.
I would tend to agree with you there. It's a tough one.
It's Neffy.
Can I go with G-Man instead? At least he's lulzy. And Forbidden Fruit kind of is the G-Man of the atheist community these days.
I'm tending to agree with everyone on that now.
It's a better parallel than Neffy. I mean, Neffy, it's... Okay, I was in a room at one point with Neffy. It was an off-air that we agreed to record and air. I was going through it to see if I could find anything worth using. I found a 45-minute segment worth using. It was this one guy that came in. There was one of these pre-suppers back when that was the hot topic. Mm-hmm. And we got him to the point that he was damn near cornered. At which point Neffy jumps in, completely fucking derails it with more evolution horseshit. I should say anti-evolution horseshit. Because, of course, you start spotting the shit near the atheists and they can't resist. Or we can't resist, whatever. You know, it doesn't matter which way you want to frame it.
I can resist.
But in general, most people are just, you know, it's like throwing a fucking chunk of meat in front of a bunch of rabid dogs.
Red flag in front of a bull.
And we couldn't get it back there, so I just put up that 45 minutes, and people are like, "Oh man, I wish I was there." I'm like, "No, you don't." Oh man, no. Where's the rest of the call? No, Neffy took it over at that point and went back to shit. Oh man, no, I wish I. Okay, fine, I'll fucking upload 5 fucking hours of shit. With Neffy bringing up one of his bullshit arguments, us knocking it the fuck down. I had a great group of people in with me that day, actually. I've got to give them more credit than myself, quite frankly. I did my own little bit, but we had some really good people in there that day. And bam, knocked down the argument. And they get to the point that a few of them was like, we'll have to agree to disagree, but you're beaten on this, dude.
He doesn't he doesn't even listen to the takedown. Like, he keeps reusing the arguments.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
The next day. Like, there's...
But we did a takedown
the
of...
next sentence.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
But over the course of this particular 5-hour call, we pretty much devastated every fucking argument that he had to throw at us. But, you know, you're sitting there and it's like taking a drill, like, you know, a cement drill, and trying to take down the Berlin Wall with it. Zzz, boring as fuck on some levels and frustrating as all get out.
Perhaps it's a form of self-flagellation for him when he can't afford hookers.
I don't know, man. Oh, incidentally, for those that might not get that reference, there was one point that he did a little bit of a screen share, and he had his bookmarks up, and there were a lot of escort services in there.
Yes.
That's what that's referencing.
The only time I've ever seen Christopher Mouty get snarky.
Yep. But yeah, Neffy is a pill of a totally different kind, and when you approach, the funny thing is, I'm sitting there talking, but well, how did you come to these conclusions? Through transcendental means. Well, what's transcendental? So I'm sitting there, talking about, following a spiritual path, spiritual journey. Well, what I think he might have found is just his own consciousness and being aware that there's something outside of himself. I'm like, what? Okay, I back when I was doing the shaman thing, spirit journeys, going out and this is me realizing there's something outside of my own mind? What the fuck, Neffy? What? Yeah, that was an interesting conversation, let's just say. That was the thing on Xboxes and when Neffy joined after I aired that thing that I'm deciding whether I should upload or not. But yeah, totally mischaracterizing everything. Oh, the greatest part is, well, if you can't describe it, why should I believe it? And we were all just like, good job, Neffy. Good job.
Exactly.
You just did he actually say that?
Yes, he actually.
He probably feels confident that he can describe his god or whatever. Though.
Well, I'm not actually configured to be able to properly play clips through a Hangout right now. I did upload a video for anyone that wants to know how to do it, but I'm not configured for that right now. The people that are outside of the Hangout would hear it, but not the people in here, and that'd be a problem. But yeah, I do have clips from that too. So it was epically fucked up.
No, but I can believe that he thinks he can describe his god, though.
With all these...
Well, he's going to go through the script. He's got the basic script, the same precept script.
Yeah.
All-knowing, all-seeing, all-loving, all the shit that's like... Okay, so...
Timeless, immaterial...
Yeah.
The agnostic in me always wants to immediately follow this up by saying, okay... So you're going to sit there and tell me that the dress is blue and it's pretty and it has ribbons, but you're not going to tell me what a dress is, are you?
I fear to know what his god looks like to him in his mind, though. I mean,
and what color dress it has?
Probably a Taiwanese hooker who specializes in stepping on his back or whatever.
Let me make sure this. I'm going to take a second to make sure this... never mind. Okay, it is changing images there. Somebody just talked for, more than a few seconds. Never mind. Looks like we're still broadcasting fine. Just need to check that shit. Actually, give me 1 second and I'm going to unmute it to make sure.
Whatever,
Let me make... Yep, looks like it. Sounds like it, so we're good.
Oh, good.
Sounds like a duck. Sounds like a duck.
Well, I had to open a different browser to get this going, because
It's actually a crocoduck.
Ooh, a croco
Turns out to be a good one. Yeah.
It's a croco duck, which is better than Neffy, who's a croco shit.
But
how could they get up on stage and do that? I mean, really?
No, how could they get on ABC and do that?
Yeah, okay, that's more apt. Yeah.
What struck me as interesting.
It's on Nightline.
What still strikes me as interesting is when I went on my long, weird ass tirade. By the time I was done, Roy just left. Now, maybe he did really have, stuff going on, but he's always said that he doesn't get into arguments that he doesn't know he can win.
So he just left the argument.
Yeah, I'm
claims he didn't get into it.
Yeah, he might have just decided that he didn't think he didn't quote know he could win it, so he just said, I'm leaving. He might have had legitimate reason. I'll give him. No, I won't.
Benefit of the doubt.
Fuck.
If ever you get stuck in a hangout with, if you get in a Brett Keane or J-Dubs hangout,
can't happen.
Cover up your camera.
Your ears.
Oh no! If I were ever to go into one of their hangouts, what I'd be doing is I'd be using XSplit. I'd have my camera off with XSplit running, and I'd have donkey porn set on XSplit. So if they loaded it up, they'd have donkey porn on their screen.
Yeah, because they'll turn on your camera.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, but I find out I don't have one anyway, so.
Oh yeah.
I mean, obviously, I'm not worried about it.
Oh yeah, I advise everyone if they ever think of going into a hangout with one of these dipshits, that there is any chance that they might have any kind of control. Like any hangout for that matter. Who gives a shit? Yeah, just put on some kind of porn through like XSplit or Manycam or something like this, and keep your camera off, so to speak, inside of the hangout. but set to the many camera XSplit, and the second they turn it on, they'll be flag worthy, and you can flag the video. And it'll fucking serve them right for turning it on without your permission.
Exactly.
Then can't they route that back to you?
Not
It's
really.
on their channel.
Especially not if they're
Oh.
turning on your camera without your consent.
Well, then I wouldn't worry about it at all then.
Yeah.
'Cause, yeah.
If they did try to turn it back on you simply let them know, listen, I had Manycam or XSplit running, but I had my camera off. They turned it on without asking. Had they asked me, but they get what they get.
Yep.
Yeah, if they had asked, you would have turned it down the porn a little bit.
I was very late to the Brett Keane party. I didn't really discover who Brett Keane was until probably about 2 months ago.
Yeah, and we were going around, me as well as a number of other people, warning the hell out of everyone, because, yeah.
The first time I heard Brett Keane, he was still an atheist. Quote.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a while back.
That was a while back.
I was a lurker back then. So.
Yeah, he's just like massive douche. And on that
And,
note,
and he was like, I was looking for atheist channels I might like, and I disqualified. I thought it sucked.
Yeah.
Apparently, he was. I don't know this, but apparently he was fairly influential enough that he's the one who TJ modeled himself after.
He was one of the first.
TJ is anything really worthwhile, but
he made hangouts like every night or something like that.
Yeah, he was pretty.
No, this was before you could do hangouts. No, he just was doing videos like rapid fire. And the videos he was doing were fucking easy. He'd come up with some stupid fucking question or two to ask some church and call them and basically do a prank phone call.
He was essentially kind of reminds me of Forbidden Fruit at this point when I think back.
Yeah.
Quite sort of the same kind of bullshit in some regards.
I hear some other names being tossed out there that I'm not familiar with. When it comes to Forbidden Fruit, the whole religion is a mental illness. There was another guy apparently that went on that other than Bionic Dance.
Yeah,
I hear his name getting tossed out there, and I'm blanking on his name right now.
It comes up all the damn time.
/ Raoul.
Yeah.
Raoul, that's who it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there are plenty of them.
I've ever seen him.
Galoots.
Well, he's dead, so.
Allegedly.
Oh, okay then.
Allegedly.
Yeah, Gluteus.
Basically, he faked his own death, is what we. Yeah.
Or
okay then.
Yeah, at least that certainly seems to be the case. Oh wait, my screen alignment's off. Let me fix that. And get everybody on camera.
But his soccer accounts seem to be alive and well, so.
Yeah, go figure that one out. I don't know.
And there were a lot of guys that when I first discovered the whole Google tubes that I started following just off the bat, and very shortly thereafter, no, Douglas.
Oh, yeah.
Douglas.
Yeah.
He's the only person I have blocked.
I can understand.
And I've never had any interaction with him. I just don't want to see his posts anymore.
Yeah, I can understand that full well. I mean, I've even on an occasion or two tried to play nice with him, but apparently I'm a racist.
Sure.
Pardon me for armchair psychologizing, but he's got some issues.
He's got some issues, is right. And I'm not simply talking about his PTSD.
Yeah.
White Knight. Yeah. Anyway, leave that alone.
Yeah, and that's the other thing that was really bugging me about the whole religion's mental disorder is I've been having to deal a lot with mental issues over the last couple of years with my wife. And so it just seems like it's really poo-pooing on people who actually do have issues.
Yeah, it's crapping all over them. And this is a trend that I've seen for a while. This is part of why I went after the CCHR thing. I don't know if you managed to catch that one.
I don't think so.
It's like 3.5 fucking hours, but you might want to catch it at some point. It's what the Anons consider to be my magnum opus in terms of the fight against Scientology.
Oh, okay.
Now, granted, it was an extreme fucking rush job. What happened was the German Anons came. A couple of the German Anons said, "Well, have you considered going after this?" And I took a look at it. And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll go after it at some point." They're like, "Well," and they're like, "Okay, great." So I put up like the first one or two, and they're like, "Wow, this is some really great material." And We have a protest at the end of the week. Yeah. So I was putting up like 3 or 4 fucking episodes a day, all of them like 10-15 minutes at the time. Just
Red
going
King
like
style.
gangbusters, going through that fucking thing to get them as much as I could before the end of the week. And it was fucking atrocious. It was damn near murder on me. I mean, it was... the material's fucking terrible. It's wretched. And the amount of fact-checking involved, and the amount of research, and the amount of links that was in the original... It was just so fucking intensive that... And of course, then somebody will sit there and they'll watch the first video, which is basically the introduction, and respond to that, and I'm like, okay, you can watch... I did one on each one of these topics. Go here for the part on the DSM. Go to this one for the one on the medication. Go to this one. Why don't you respond to what I'm actually fucking saying? But they insist on trying to argue all these points in the intro video. So I said, fuck it, pull the whole goddamn thing down, put it into this big, massive fucking presentation. And I was trying to bury the shit on the web at the time. We discussed that the other day, though. But, yes, holy shit. It was a fucking disaster. It was horrible going through that shit. But every once in a while, you have to do something you don't want to do for the principle of it.
Yeah.
And it was the mischaracterization of mental illness, mental health, psychiatry, and all this other shit that got my dander up.
Yeah.
I don't know why that...
I've never had much interaction my entire life until probably the last 3 years dealing with my wife.
Yeah, and all the preconceived...
dealing with my wife's issues, I should say. Let me rephrase that.
And all those preconceived notions that people have prior to dealing with something like this are so fucked up once you find... you're faced with the reality of it, and it's like...
Yeah.
Wow, I was
agree.
a douche for years, you know?
Yeah, I agree. And I still... I can intellectually kind of get what's going on, but I can't really conceptualize. I mean, I can't really get it. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's alien to me.
Yeah.
The issues she's having.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
you can't necessarily put yourself in the headspace. Now, I'm bipolar, so that's part of my issue with it. I've had plenty of friends with other varied issues going on there, and a good friend of mine on here is Schizophrenic Queen, who has her name for a reason. But it's such a fucking hot button issue. I mean, you have people like this that's sitting there trying to make everything out to be a fucking mental illness, taking away, the actual... The word means
People
something.
who actually have problems.
Yeah. Then you have other people that are demonizing the mentally ill, which he does in one of his videos, basically making it sound like everyone that's mentally ill is likely to go out there on a shooting spree. Douche.
Pretty goddamn fucking stupid.
Then you have the anti-psychiatry crowd that's insisting that mental illness doesn't even fucking exist.
Yeah, just take some vitamins.
Why don't you just smile?
Yeah. And then we have the people that are insisting that the mentally ill are just fucking lazy, or implying as such, like Thomas Saz, who I have a lot of issues with, because that's the way his arguments end, even though it may be some truth in them there. When he does his presentations, he just makes it sound like we're a bunch of lazy fucktards.
Why don't the depressed just stop being depressed and get over it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then we have the New Age woo community. What's that? You're bipolar? No, you're just experiencing a Kundalini awakening. What's that? You're schizophrenic? No, you're just clairvoyant. Fuck you.
You're talking with spirit animals.
Or whatever the fuck, yeah.
In Britain, actually, they did a survey amongst psychologists and they looked at data from schizophrenics, and they found them more likely to be atheists.
Yeah. Okay. I could get you in a conversation with Queenie on that one. Schizophrenic Queen and I were in a hangout at one point that they were passing around this question: if God appeared before you, what would you do or say? And she said, I'd have to ignore it.
Really?
I wouldn't do anything. I wouldn't even respond to it. And they're like, well, no, you'd be trembling in fear. You'd this, that. And she's like, no, I'd have to reject it.
Yeah.
Because I'd have to assume, because she's schizophrenic, she'd have to assume that she was just having an episode.
Mm. Yeah.
That's one of the weird things. My wife is not just a Christian, but she's also a believer. in just about everything.
Including the woo?
Oh yeah.
That's a hard one.
And she likes tarot. She likes the whole ghost chasers thing. She watches those as documentaries.
Oh, I see. It's Jesus Christ in the comments. Anyway, sorry. So we have the tarot. Now, the tarot can be kind of amusing. I've known a couple of people that have played with that. The question is, how much stock does she put in it?
I think not a whole lot.
Okay.
I think mostly it's she enjoys it, and she likes to get some reassurance. Which have fun. Go with God.
I'm going to give you a little something for that one. If at point she starts doing a reading and decides that she's going to sit there and try and put a meaning in it that you don't think is necessarily healthy, this is the phrase you want. I think you might be pushing the reading.
Okay.
Now, what pushing the reading is trying to put meaning into the cards that aren't really there. That isn't really there, rather. That will be the most effective thing you can potentially have in your arsenal if she's actually studied into it. The biggest problem with people that claim to read cards and this kind of stuff is pushing the reading.
Well, and she doesn't do them herself. We used to go to this club where they had a girl who'd come out there and do it.
Yeah, other people can push a reading as well. So it can apply in any case, but that's something good to keep in your potential arsenal just as a precaution. It's something that happens all the... it's when the reading starts going less tarot, here's what the cards mean, and more cold reading.
Yeah. Reading beyond what the cards actually say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes people will start putting their own interpretations in there that just don't fucking belong and get somebody all in a tizzy. Yes, I know woo.
I do too, but I mostly use it as, role-playing game material.
A good portion of it can be, incidentally. One thing I'd like to mention, though, on the 23rd, the presentation I'm doing pertaining to the whole chakra Kundalini crap, it's going to be a fuck ton of work, so I'm more or less taking this week off, essentially. I've got the videos pre-scheduled, I'm doing a rerun from the old channel, and other than doing my Tuesday gig, which might be coming out a little bit later, I don't know, or I might get it done on Monday, it's going to take me at least a good solid week just to record and get the fucking thing compiled. Because it's going to have me in 3 different literal positions. I'm going to have one with me in front of the camera referencing papers. I'm going to, the people that are supposed to be getting the actual papers together for me get it to me. I'm going to have one with me wearing the proverbial shaman's hat speaking from the New Age frameworks to make sure that these people understand that I know what the fuck they're talking about to begin with. And then opposite that, I'm going to have the skeptic persona that's going to be explaining it in more rational terms. So
You're talking about Tantra.
So this is
sorry.
Yeah, to a degree, yeah. It ties into the whole yoga thing.
The majority of my knowledge from Tantra comes from the Wild Card series of books.
Yeah, I can see that.
You ever read those?
Actually, I've read 3 of them, I think. Was it? I don't know.
One of the
It's
main
been a long
characters
fucking
in
time.
the Tantric tradition.
Yeah, I don't know if I recall that particular character.
Fortunato, the Japanese black pimp.
Okay.
Blackanese pimp.
And I hear the dogs trying to get back in. I'm going to have to deal with them in a moment. But yeah, I'm going to be having to handle it from 3 different frameworks because much like I did when I was covering a lot of other topics, I'm going to try and balance it as much as I can. But the one that's, so to speak, sitting in front of the camera, that's not in the background talking, is going to be the most important character because there is something to it. It's called the fucking vagus nerve. And these idiots are causing nerve damage. And I can show that with science.
Science,
motherfucker, it works, yes.
It just...
But science can't answer everything.
Well, now, here's the thing is, with the science, we know what effects the stimulation of the vagus nerve can actually have. We have information on this. We also have information on what damaging the vagus nerve does, and lo and behold, we have Kundalini. That is damage to the vagus nerve. So, yeah, We have actual data. Now the problem is, once you have the data and you know what a thing is and how it works, you stop claiming that lightning comes from God and you realize that it's a natural phenomena. And that's what some of these people need to do, is say, okay, in simulating this, we can actually deal with drug-resistant depression. We can take care of things like, it can actually be beneficial to people that have epilepsy. It can be beneficial to people that have varied heart issues. There are potentially, now I've been trying to look into it to find additional stuff. But, and incidentally, yes, Mr. Jesus, that is the heart that connects to the heart. It snakes all the way through the body. It starts up at, it's the 10th spinal nerve, snakes down, attaches to the throat, the heart, the lungs, all of your major organs going down, and then connects 3 times to the spine. You know, these Kundalini twits claim that it wraps 3 times around the spine. What do you know? The nerve does. This comes down to a primitive understanding of biology. And then they started adding all this mystic crap on top of it. But once you figure out the science, you throw away the mystic crap because you know how the shit works, unless you're a Christian.
Right. But 13, you forget, like, think of all the times that science changed. Like, they discovered something and then they changed their mind afterwards.
Yeah, not on this scale.
It always changes.
Not on this scale. No,
it's shifting sands. You can't build anything on shifting sands.
Exactly.
Incidentally, here's a weird comment. Jesus, I know you've been trolling me and coming here to be a pain in the butt sometimes. If you actually look at the Power of Wu series, I did a couple talking about things like the Kundalini, Power of Wu, this and that. I've been taking the piss out of New Agers. Even though you may disagree with me on certain things, you might actually enjoy it. You may want to watch it.
Apparently, I'm not seeing his chat.
Oh, don't worry about it. It's there. There's 4 entries. He's just kind of a troll. He's obnoxious. And frankly, I don't know why I haven't blocked him.
But it's choices.
No, this is the guy that came into the memorial service for my daughter, in which I said anyone that either comes in here claiming one of these stupid Christian platitudes of "there were the angels" or something like that, or the secular platitudes of "I know how you feel," will get the fucking boot. So he came in, spammed me with one of those, and then ran.
Oh, well, so he's a coward then.
Well, he was going to get kicked within 10 seconds anyway, so just as well that he left.
Yeah.
He just didn't give me the satisfaction of kicking him.
Keyboard warrior.
Yeah, pretty much. Of course, with these style hangouts, I can choose whether to let somebody in the room or not, so...
That's actually an affliction that I have never been guilty of. Thankfully.
My wife used to accuse me of, oh, what's this? Is somebody wrong on the internet kind of thing? And she really had a point, but I'll tell you, there was an occasion, because back when I was dealing with the Scientology topic, I had to, live and breathe this fucking shit, because I was always having the Scientologists coming after me to try and challenge me on crap, so I didn't know it inside and out. And there was one point that she was like, if I hear you say the word Scientology one more time. Now, my wife works for a divorce lawyer. So needless to say, I changed topics shortly thereafter.
Yes. Yes.
Something more ethical.
Oh, anything's more ethical than that. Good grief, those people are...
Yeah, that's very true.
Can I just say, I'll put a link in the side chat there for anybody that hasn't seen it. Darren Brown, Messiah.
Oh, yeah.
Have you guys seen it or heard of him?
I'm quite familiar with Darren Brown. He's really cool.
Cool. Okay, well, this is a trip to the United States he did where he went around debunking different types of woo.
Oh, yeah, he did a great fucking job.
Oh, good. Okay, you've seen it. No
worries. Oh, yeah, he did a great job with it. It was fucking hilarious and stuff. If I remember correctly, he came to the States so that nobody fucking recognized him.
Yeah. And he basically fooled, 4 or 5 top woo people into believing that he had real powers.
Now this notion of top woo people, just absolutely fucking hilarious. Now, I did this... Now, I say I did the shaman thing for roughly 20 years, but realistically, I got my answers and I sat in the middle of the road and just relaxed for a while, I'm still kind of there in some regards. But I still understand this shit. I still know, how a lot of this shit works and this and that. And even when I was doing that, I was still maintained a healthy degree of skepticism. But frankly, all these people that are supposed to be so high and mighty, muckety, blah, 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 and all this horse shit, most of them are just these deluded little fucktards. And you meet them and it's like, you're just in this for the money. You're just a fucking flake. What the hell's the matter with you? But time and time again, you know, there was this one woman at one point that was sitting there and talking about, how fucking psychic she is and all this shit. And I was trying to explain something to her. I'm like, hang on. So I ended up calling her on the phone and talked for a few minutes, and lo and behold, led her on a quick little quote spirit journey. And this was an easy exercise. This is one that you basically create a psychological construct in which they can interact with, and then you lead them along this nice little beach by the water up to a house. They open the door, and what's on the other side of it is, you know, basically they're getting a glimpse of their own subconscious mind once that door is open. She couldn't open the fucking door, and I was just... Okay, fine. At which point she goes, "You're pushing me. The door's opening. Why are you doing that?" And freaks the fuck out.
Yeah.
And, you know,
I've come across that before, yeah.
And then all of a sudden she thinks that I'm like uber, super psychic, whatever the fuck. I'm like, no, I'm not. Relax. What the fuck? And proceeded to start stalking me.
You have mystical powers. 13.
Yeah, you could have just made her head explode like in Scanners.
Dude, it's an easy fucking exercise. It's a joke. You know, it's like psychotherapy 101. This isn't even mystic woo. It's just standard it's psychotherapy. That's all it is. You know, it's just leading on somebody to try and explore part of their subconscious mind, for fuck's sake. And, oh, you're oh so incredibly powerful. And I'm like, lady, you're nuts. I'm going to stalk you now. Oh, great.
I think you're psychic, and you're just lying about not being psychic so that the government doesn't capture you and study you for science.
And here comes Kevin.
Hey, Kevin.
Hello.
Hey.
Yep, I'm doing a corporate because I had some issues with the other one. And strangely enough, Jesus Christ does agree with me on one thing. Scientologists are full of shit. You know, that's the one thing above everything else that atheists and Christians can agree on, apparently.
Yeah.
But apparently you can be a Scientologist and still be Catholic.
What?
Yeah, they claim that until you get high enough on the fuck, I just blanked. Man,
on the tone scale.
No,
I'm sure that switches the
scale. Stop it! Hang on. Wait. The path. The
ladder. Isn't it the ladder?
No.
That's not a ladder.
Total freedom.
Bridge.
Bridge.
Thank you.
Bridge.
Thank you.
I was blanking.
Yeah,
too.
bridge was the word I was blanking on there. But yeah, well, after you get far enough on the bridge, they tell you that the soul catchers...
Those are all lies.
After they were all blown up in the volcano, the soul catchers reprogrammed you with the religious beliefs. So, yeah, how compatible is that, asshole? Oh, wait, you have to pay... What is it, $150,000 to $250,000 to find that out? Good luck.
I thought it was $300 plus to get to OT3.
It depends. It varies. It depends whether they're having a sale that year, basically. They change it.
I can't find the bridge. Where's that confounded bridge?
So they've literally got a bridge to sell you.
Oh, dude. Already. No. I actually at one point had a whole bunch of people that were, Sea Org, etc., a couple of handlers and this and that, following me. So I put up this one video. It was fucking epically hilarious. I did the entire thing in cult speak. Almost entirely.
The one that was like, the bridge is now closed.
Yes, that was the one. I actually was essentially saying that, yeah, I went through and I found where your bridge is on the other side. It's been torn down. Your bridge is gone. This whole kind of thing. And oh man, I had a bunch of them flipping out. It's like, wow, this is fucking hilarious. How dare you do that? I'm like, you people are stupid. I was just fucking with you.
With mystical powers.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, fucking hilarious. It was great. You wouldn't... Now, you didn't know what was going on. Now, apparently you remember the video, Kevin. Because it was probably like, what the fuck is Heathens talking about? You know?
Oh, no, I understood it.
Oh, okay. But, yeah, I mean, you have no idea how hardcore I fucked with some of these people behind the scene. I had people sitting there sending me hate mail. Like, you wouldn't fucking believe. But they're being careful about it because, what if I don't let the bridge start working again? No,
What
I'm
is it,
serious.
like a raising bridge? You've got a crossing guard with a little lever there.
I don't fucking know. I was bluffing. I was just fucking with them. But oh my gosh, they thought that I'd really broken their bridge to total freedom. Dude, really?
They have to sacrifice their firstborn as a bridge token.
No, some of these people would. I would never say that because these are the kind of idiots that might.
Yeah.
That's okay. They'll be fine in their next life.
Oh God, William Lane Craig.
Yay. Lunatics.
I did like that.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I really like that guy that stood up and asked him a question in one of his debates at William Lane Craig. And went, no, seriously. God came to me last night and said homosexuality should be.
Yeah.
A man, I was in tears.
I apparently haven't seen that one.
It's he's debating Hitchens, I think.
Okay.
I don't
So it should be on YouTube somewhere.
Oh, if it was the Hitchens one.
Raise a glass for Hitch.
Okay, hang on though. If it was the
thank you,
Hitchens
mate.
debate, you can't really call it a debate. I just need to point this out. Because we didn't have a debate with that one. We had Craig trying to sell his book with his lines, and we had Hitchens selling his book with his lines.
Yeah.
Neither one was addressing what the other one was saying. They were all just reciting crap out of their books. It was fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Oh yes. Oh yes. But no, for me, Harris is the one that I like because he's so funny with his analogies. He makes them so ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
You know. And I think that goes
I
down well.
was actually the last brouhaha he got into with Ben Affleck.
Oh, yeah.
I'm actually a fan of Ben Affleck. I lost some respect for him in that exchange.
Yeah, there was a couple of lines in the middle where you could see he'd thought about it and gone, yeah, I'm going to pump it. I'm going to make something of this. 'Cause I don't think he went in thinking, oh, yeah. But you could see him like recognise that the line could be misinterpreted and then jump on it.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, that was the whole criticizing Islam is racism thing.
That's racist.
Yeah. That's
No.
Racist.
That's racist.
Well, we're talking about a religion that actually went to the UN to try and declare defamation of a religion as a crime against fucking humanity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm sure the Scientologists were like, yeah, we like this one.
I gotta say, for an all-powerful God who has a chosen prophet, they sure got some thin skin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and apparently a very weak God when you think about it. You know, he can't defend himself. He needs some idiot to do it for him. Like a wimpy kid on the playground, apparently.
Isn't he supposed to win in the end anyway? So why even bother?
Yeah. Yeah, more so in the case of this.
I've read the end of the book. I know who wins.
Spoiler alert.
Oh man, you wouldn't believe how many people come to me with this shit, kind of like, well, you know, at the end of it, God wins. I'm like, whatever. I don't care.
That's why I like Norse mythology better, where all the gods end up dying too.
Yeah, cool.
Ragnarok makes more sense in that regard, as far as
I think I like
Dark
religion.
side rules all.
I think I like religion back in the day when it had a whorehouse attached next door.
Yeah.
Ooh.
A Roman style.
Oh no, way before that. Babylonian. Sumerian style. That's the way we got to do it.
I was reading something recently on the Romans that we might have a skewed perspective on the Romans. It's they were not the debauchers that we think they are.
Later on.
If there is something indicating that, I refuse to read it because I want to think that they're all debauchers because it's fun.
Now, from what I read, it depends on the year and stuff. Like
Yeah,
they have
period.
periods of debauchery,
possibly.
periods of conservatism, et cetera, et cetera. So.
I mean, that certainly does make more sense, but the image that we have of Rome is so much better for the movies.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, there's a lot we don't know about most of these ancient cultures, and what we do know is, well, mostly what, like, the royalty, the military did. We don't know as much about what life was like for the common people.
Yeah, hoi polloi.
But
I'm sure not
Roman-
all of them were debauchers.
I think the Roman people themselves did have strong ethics for work, really, work and war. They're two strong ethics.
You can't build an empire that large without it.
Well, the funny thing is this notion of our champion will fight your champion. Yeah, you know, whoever is champion loses says, "Fuck it, we're attacking anyway." You got to know that one. I mean, shit.
Yeah.
And I'll be right back. You guys keep talking, please.
And then my ultimate favorite Roman quote: "At my command, unleash hell."
There are so many, I can tell you.
Are you sure that's a Roman quote?
Well, technically, I believe it's a Spanish or a Spaniard that said it, but it's from Gladiator.
Oh, okay.
At my command,
Because
unleash hell.
because the hell part didn't make sense to me.
I thought
Unless-
I thought it might have been something Caligula said when he declared war on the ocean or whatever the fuck.
Man, I saw that movie. I think I was 18 when I first saw that movie.
Oh, the one with Roddy McDowell or
Malcolm.
Malcolm McDowell, yeah.
Helen Mirren's boobies.
Yes. She's one of the few people who doesn't disown that movie. That was in it.
Yeah. Well, Helen Mirren was throwing her skin around in every movie back in the day.
Yeah.
That was good old days.
Hey, I still would.
Yeah,
She
she's
might be
a good-looking-
71 years old, but I still would.
I don't think she's 71, but I
I
would.
don't know how old she is. I know she's older.
I would. Helen Mirren, I think, probably. I don't
Gotta
know.
think about that one,
Yeah, because I haven't seen her recently. I've seen her. I don't know what she looks like anymore.
She's been in movies recently. She was in Red.
I haven't seen that. I think I need an update on what she looks like now. But that's not so long ago. She was still a fine, mature woman.
Well, let's take a look. 69. Ooh, good age.
Is she like fine wine?
Here we go. That's for this year, or last year.
Okay. And that's with the flattering makeup and all that. I think I no longer would.
I think it's when they start looking like your mother, then maybe you start to rethink it.
Well, some guys get off on that.
She's still
not necessarily the look like your mother thing. I mean, older women.
I mean, if my
Some guys
girlfriend
get
could
off on
look
that,
like
too.
that, when I'm 69 and my girlfriend is 69, if she could look like that, that'd be pretty awesome.
She's apparently had some good work done.
Yeah, I would suspect so.
My favorite older actress is Julianne Moore.
This even got weirder. How did that happen?
I don't think of her as that old.
She's in her 50s. I said older. I didn't necessarily say that old, but you know.
I might be
You
showing
didn't
my
say
age here.
decrepit.
I take it Jackie's asleep.
Yeah, she's been asleep for a few hours.
Yeah, that's good. Glad she's getting some rest. She'd been having problems sleeping apparently earlier in the week.
Well, I've also been having problems sleeping, mainly because my stupid cat wakes me up.
That'll do it. That'll
I got
definitely do it.
Got woken up earlier this last Friday because the landlord was showing the place to new tenants for next fall.
Mm.
Yeah, it's really annoying to have someone you don't even know opening your door at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Gotta be done.
Now, what I got woken up by the pup the other day. It was kind of fun. I'm sitting there, and sometimes I just crash out on the couch because back hurts, kind of thing. And I wake up in the middle of the night with the dog going boom, paw right down the forehead. It's like, I'm going to kill you now. The dog's looking at me like, Dad, how you doing? It's time to be up. I'm like, it's 3 in the fucking morning, dog. What the hell's the matter with you? Not a happy camper that time. Oh, and I might have to adjust my mic again. There we go. Let's shift that. Now that it's made a huge noise. Hello, wakey, wakey. There we go. Now, on the stream, my mic's pretty soft, but in here it's normal. It's just frustrating. That's why I tend not to use this mic too much. But my wireless headset's being persnickety, and hopefully it'll be fine after I recharge it.
Persnickety.
Yes, persnickety.
There's a word we don't hear enough.
Yes,
I used it.
Yeah, I use old people terms sometimes.
Like whippersnapper?
Oh, fiddles. Oh, fiddles.
Take a skosh. I'll be there in a minute.
No. I am the get off my lawn guy. I admit that. I really am. Now, granted, I have a middle school pretty much behind my house. So every day I have the kids walking by the house on the way home, and they are loud as hell. Good grief. It's just, it's like, what the So I'll look out there, and it's like, are they killing each other? No, not today. But every once in a while, are they killing each other? Yes, they are. And I'll whip open the door and like, hey! And they're like, ah! And then half of them will run off, and you'll always have this one or two kids sitting behind going, well, we weren't doing anything. I'm like, well, don't do anything on somebody else's fucking lawn.
Heck, I'm like that, and I'm almost 24. But I live in a college town, so it's a bit different. I'm yelling at the drunk people to get off my lawn.
Yeah.
It's happened a few times.
That was me when I was living in Denton.
The home of happiness. Oh, wait, no, we're talking Texas. Never mind.
Get off on my lawn.
Yeah.
Get off on my lawn.
I have not seen that yet. I've seen it happen in other parts of town, but not on my front yard.
That's not morning dew.
Ooh, yeah.
No.
Hey, we're down to 3 viewers.
Sticky.
We just lost
Let's
one
do
viewer.
something else.
We just lost one. Hang on. Joke. We just lost one viewer. I think Jesus has left the building. Sorry.
Jesus has left the building.
I had a phase there for a while where there was a prostitute that brought his clients like right in my backyard.
Yeah.
And like when he didn't get paid, I'd hear about it.
Lovely.
A prostitute or a pimp?
A prostitute. Like it's the gay village, so it was a male prostitute.
Okay,
male
that
clients.
makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
All right, jumping topics again. Any fans of the Wheel of Time series here?
Okay. I liked it at first, and then
it dragged on.
And also I sort of noticed that all the women have the same personality.
I didn't get that vibe on that. I definitely agree with you on the dragging on the middle, and then finally
they're all headstrong and pig-headed. Come on now.
For the most part, but that's kind of I got the vibe more the impression that's just the way of the world. They just recently did a pilot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if anyone heard if anyone else is familiar with the series. I don't want to derail too much. They just recently did a pilot, which is basically the prologue of the first book.
Okay.
And it is available on YouTube.
As a TV show, you mean?
Yes.
Okay, so they wanted to capitalize on Game of Thrones magic.
Well, yeah, and what happened was he sold the rights to this back in the early 2000s.
Right.
And the rights to it were going to expire on Wednesday the 11th of this month.
Okay.
So on Tuesday the 10th, this was broadcast at 3:30 in the morning.
Oh, shit.
And it was paid programming.
Wow.
Bizarre.
They wanted to keep it.
Yeah, that's basically what they did. They did that so they could keep the license. I must admit, even though the production values are minimal, they didn't do anything with the power or anything like that. But I must admit, there was a little part of me going, a little tee-hee, hearing the words spoken on screen.
Yeah, I can imagine.
If you haven't noticed, I do tend to be susceptible to the nostalgia.
Yeah, I read it like quite a bit ago. Yeah,
Well,
as I said, I was into it, but the dragging on was really
the middle
palpable.
books did drag on. The author died in 2008.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah, before he finished it. But
That
he'd
sucks.
written enough notes, and his wife, who is his primary editor, selected a successor to finish the series for him, and I think he did a good job.
Oh, that's
Okay, so apparently this series really does drag on because almost every comment underneath this video is about mundane things going on for hours and hours.
There's 15 books, and they're all Game of Thrones size books.
Huh.
The first, I would say, the first 5 books are really solid, hard to put down. 6, 7, and 8.
He starts following characters that don't.
Well, it starts being. It feels like it's just filler, and then it starts picking back up again, and the last 3 books, or probably the last 4 books, are pretty breakneck pace.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of books. He originally sold it as a trilogy.
Yeah, comments have
He
slowed down
failed.
to a dull roar, so.
But unfortunately, we don't have a lot of Wheel of Time fans here, so
Yeah.
when that happens, it's time to look for another topic.
Yeah, seeing as we don't have many viewers right now, I don't feel like Jesus sitting there spamming my screen for the majority of the hangout, so I'm turning that off for the moment.
Oh, so he's still there?
I don't know. I do not know at this point, but
yeah.
Speaking about the Wheel Time, just one last little bit. The author they picked to finish the series is a guy named Brandon Sanderson, who is a prodigious author. He's really good. He puts out 2 or 3 books a year, all in a different series. That's like the key for him is to, whenever he finishes a book, he'll write another book in a completely different series or milieu.
Mm-hmm.
And it says it recharges him. It seems to work. He gets a thumbs up from me as well. I get a lot of thumbs up, don't I?
No, I'm sorry. I just got a response from Jason with a D. I with my weekend wrap up, I put a little thing in there that the Grand Arbiter of the Internet has taken control of Opinionville. In with this little scroll thing and me going, what the hell is this shit talking about? And then linked it to the guy that does the Opinionville show.
Okay.
I'm going to do another thing partway through the week just for the shits and giggles and send it to him on the private saying, if you want to use any of this, feel free. And I'm going to do one with Skeptic Scroll holding on to my little Illuminati membership card. And have him sitting there saying, well, you know, okay, fine, if you can't do anything about this, who can? Okay, hang on, I've got a card for the membership with them too. Then have him with a network card going, okay, well, here's what we need to do. Well, what do you mean that you need the funding for it? Fine, I'll contact the Gnomes of Zurich. And then have him holding the Gnomes of Zurich membership card. Contacting them, okay, great, so we have the funding, we need to send that to the network. What do you mean, what am I trying to do? I'm just trying to get their bandwidth reduced.
Here's a bit of trivia for you. Not trivia. I bet y'all know this one. Steve Jackson Games. They did the Illuminati. Back in the mid-'90s, they got raided by the Treasury Department.
I thought it was the FBI.
It was actually the Secret Service.
It was Secret Service Treasury.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
Because of the game they did called Hack.
It was over Hack. I thought it was over the Illuminati one.
No, it was the Hack.
It was because they were publishing a hacking manual, which the government, being the fucking government, flipped its shit because all hackers are evil.
Yeah.
Well, the Hacker Manual was a player's guide to their game Hack.
Yeah. Of course.
And they went in. They ransacked the place. They confiscated all of their computers. I mean, it shut down Steve Jackson Games for about 1.5 years.
I was wondering what the fuck happened to them.
Yeah, mid-'90s, and then they came back, and apparently, They never got any damages. They never got their computers back.
Of course.
They tell he's got a little story about it on his website, SJ Games.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they don't have to return the stuff, the secrets. Anyway, yeah.
Oh, is this the guy who released all those books? They were like Choose Your Adventure, but they were role-playing books.
Yeah, I think so.
It had the GURPS.
Oh, wait, was it them? No, it wasn't. It was somebody
GURPS,
else.
Yeah, he's the guy who does GURPS.
Okay.
It's his company that does GURPS.
Yeah, that was a different company. I don't remember who the fuck that was. It wasn't GURPS, though. It was, yeah, when I went to try to contact them at one point, I just remember this nasty little, this not so nice little letter they sent back in my general direction, letting me know that the proposal that I was submitting to them was something that would conflict with one of their projects, because I was trying to make a basically a role-playing game that could be played in multiple universes, and GURPS had not come out yet. And lo and behold, a few months later, GURPS came out, and I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, GURPS is Steve Jackson.
Yeah. I was thinking of something else though for those books.
I agree that I remember that because there was a part of me that was like, is this really your idea? I don't know. It's not like I could do anything about it.
It seems like more games are going that way, especially like the D20 system.
Yeah.
It was the Fighting Fantasy books. Steve Jackson did create them with Ian Livingston. Oh. So I knew I recognized the name, that's for sure.
I mean, I'd like to be a snarky motherfucker and say that even though I haven't written don't have most of it written down right now, I'd like to say that my game system's better than most of the shit out there. But I'm so fucking biased, and honestly, I think it's the way it's ran, not the game.
I'll agree with you there. A good GM can make a bad system good.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I actually did a tag team with 2 other GMs playing the Vampire Masquerade games by White Wolf Games.
Yeah.
We had one that ran Vampire, one that ran Werewolf, and I ran something a little different.
I will say that Vampire the Masquerade is the only role-playing game that I ever got lucky off of.
Wow. No, I actually was I was the one that had all the extra source books for all the strange things, you know, like the mummies and the wizards and all that shit.
Yeah.
And as such, I got to play a Bizarro custom character, which was kind of fun. Oh, hey, dear Blinkster, how's it going, man? I don't actually have that up because I don't want Jesus spamming my wall for an hour because there aren't that many people commenting right now.
We can go add comments and.
No, I can. Yeah, I can turn it on and off. Actually, I have this wonderful little thing of kind of cyberpunky gears and kind of like the inside of a clock or something like that that I have up right now. It's the background image that frame's always over. Yes, I have frames and frames and frames. Actually, the layout for this particular thing is a fucking monster and a half. Everything that I can turn on and off has something underlying it. Because I'm a perfectionist pain in the ass, apparently. Hello, viewers. I'm not sure.
Go to bed.
He ended up with have a good one. He just came in to say hi. Okay, that's cool. Hello, sir. Off to bed, thanks. Well, thank you, sir.
No time to say hello, goodbye. I'm late.
Yeah, it's all good to scroll some of this crap off my screen. I'm tired of looking at it. Here's some random Bible quote. It's supposed to mean something to you. Yeah, I don't give a shit. Of course, I think next time somebody knocks on my door and says, "Have you found Jesus?" I'm going to say, "Yeah, he's on the internet. Want me to see if I can start a video hangout talking about atheism?" And he'll show up in a few minutes to troll me. You know, he's really a rude little pain in the ass.
Jesus is in the back. You want Jesus? He's in the back.
Yeah, just go, hey man. Yeah, no kidding. Actually, it's kind of fun sometimes, but I clicked on one of his messages. I'm like, I should remove this. Then I thought about it. I'm like, nah, I won't do it. Fuck it. Take your Bible verses somewhere else. Don't care. You know.
Yeah.
I do remember sitting down through a Mormon missionaries coming to my house one time, and I sat down through their whole spiel. got my pre-Book of Mormon,
Mm-hmm.
and they didn't leave me alone for the next 2 years.
No.
Yeah, you don't let them in.
Yeah, I actually got a copy of the Book of Mormon because we didn't know if we had one in our collection or not, but we got it in a different fucking state, thank you. And I think that the poor kid that I went up and said, "Hey guys, you're Mormons, right?" That looked like it looked like, oh fuck, we're about to get our asses kicked. And they're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Do you have a spare copy of the Book of Mormon? Because my wife's a world religion major and she doesn't have a copy." Oh, yeah, hang on. Oh, wait, no, mine's hardbound. You know, so I walked back in there, and one of the grand in-laws is like, Did those Mormons hassle you? I'm like, nah, I asked them for a copy of the book. Why? I'm like, because we don't have one in our collection. What the fuck?
So they weren't seasoned veterans then, obviously, because they would have been like, "What? You really want one of these things?"
Yeah. No, it was like, "Wow, holy crap!" You know, they were all excited and stuff. Okay. But yeah, they really looked like they thought. I was like, I just want a copy. Just relax, don't worry about it. We actually have a really substantial collection of religious books in this house. It's horrifying. We actually have the books in the Vatican Council around here somewhere.
Yeah, your children's study Bible though.
Oh, we actually had the actual proper ministerial books. We had like half the damn collection for a while. Initially, Red was planning on going the route of going to seminary school, but it didn't pan out.
Yeah.
Yes, they thought that she had a problem expressing her sense of calling or something like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So essentially, she didn't turn her brain off enough for them.
What's the Wu translation of that?
The Wu translation of that is we don't know that you're going to necessarily stay a preacher long enough because you're too critical a thinker.
Ah.
Or more accurately, well, I don't know. Your ideas aren't quite conservative and retarded enough for us. That's my interpretation. I don't remember the interpretation that was provided by a actual former female minister that we talked to at one point. But it was really hard for women to get into such things back then as well. I don't know whether they've eased it up a little bit, but I don't know.
Not under that impression.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things that kind of worked out for the best anyway, obviously. Well,
yeah.
You know, because we're both actually really damn happy right now. Things are going pretty well, even if I'm a little bit of a slob. And there's a random stress here and there. But yeah, you know, it's pretty good. At some point, though, I'm going to have to bug Jason with a D. And see, yeah, because I'd love to do a couple clips and see if he wants to include them or not. I don't even give a shit about the shout-out. I love the show. I have a blast watching it, but frankly, I'm tired of the story arc that he's going with his background story with the Grand Arbiters, so I want to try and come up with a way for him to resolve the problem, because I'm afraid he's writing himself into a corner. And I has ideas, but it's going to require the help of Sokka.
Can you hear that?
I'm hearing something in the background.
Yeah.
No, not so much.
Ah.
Oh, talking to yourself. Okay, very quietly.
What a wonderful world.
Because my thought. Now here's where I go goof troop for a moment though, because I figure if they lower the bandwidth for the Grand Arbiters, if we can get the Illuminati, the network, and the Gnomes of Zerk to work together to do this, then the Grand Arbiters of the Internet, since they're digital beings, will be weakened. And then they will become more vulnerable. And then all we need is an army to face them. Well, as we know, Sock Account is able to clone himself and make himself into the images of new sock puppets. So they'll have an infinite army of sock puppets given enough time.
And the orbital mind control lasers.
Oh yeah, well, we have those too, but you know, I do actually have the spaceship background for Skeptic Squirrel. And the background.
I'm afraid that won't work because I have. I'm afraid that won't work because I have a metal tin hat which kind of stops all of that.
Yeah, but I do. Well, but the problem is you're dealing with digital beings after all, so you know.
Plus, they'll just catch you on a day when you gotta strain the water out of your spaghetti, and you're fucked.
Yeah. There's no colander. What are we gonna do?
Oh, yeah.
And I've got a plastic colander, man. I'm even worse.
Do you know what I really want to do is I want to do a space mission to put a teapot in between.
Oh, dude, you and I both. My wife and I have talked about it. My wife has said multiple times we need to write the word Russell on a teapot and just launch it the fuck into space. Just be done with the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. Would it be brilliant?
Yeah, it's out there somewhere. Hey, we know it is.
Say again.
But we know it's out there somewhere now.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, probability theory says it's got to be there.
But wait a minute.
Along with an elephant or something.
Does this mean that eventually, as we go through time, 2,000 years from now, there'll be people arguing as to whether Russell's teapot is real or not? Will people be making the no true Russell's teapot argument?
Someone will go up there and they'll find it and they'll disprove it because it'll have an American flag on it. But Russell wasn't.
But wait.
Really, it's not a teapot; it's a kettle.
Will some idiot on the internet be claiming that Russell's teapot is a mental illness?
Oh my god!
Is Chester Copperpot real?
I really liked not Sam Adams, Douglas Adams. In an infinite universe, you can find anything somewhere.
Sentient puddle.
One planet, mattresses grow on trees, and they flollop.
He's brilliant. My favourite for that one is Woody Allen. Infinity is a very long time. Oh, eternity is a very long time, especially near the end.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus has left the comment section. Let's see now. Let's see if I can turn this shit on.
Jesus has left the comment.
Yeah.
Oh, Jackie's awake. I'm gonna go talk to her.
Oh, fine. Don't invite her to come say hi to the weirdos that are trying to stay up. Meh.
I asked her if she wanted to come in, but she's like, no, call me. All right.
Aw, okay. Bye-bye.
We'll catch you later. And on that note, I think I am going to go ahead and take off as well.
Yeah, I actually, looking at it now, we're almost at the 3-hour mark. I should actually call it.
I've got to take the dog out to the barren wastelands and survey the snow.
Yeah, and I'm actually looking at my pack here, and I'm looking depressingly low on cigarettes. So, in any case, for all
That's
you...
That's exactly why I need to go.
Yeah. So, in any case, for all you that joined us, all you that watched, etc., whatever the fuck, have a good one. Thanks for joining us. And, let's see now, where is it? Shuffles, go unlisted. Well, you've read this shit, along with the whole like, share, subscribe shit. So, anyway... Have a good one. I'm just trying to get to 500 goddamn subs so I can get my custom channel name.
Catch y'all later.
After that, won't give a shit. Y'all have a good one. Take care.
You don't need 500 subs anymore for that, by the way.
Actually, online it still says I do. What the fuck do I need to do now then?
I didn't need 500 for that to get it. Anyway.
Yeah, it's telling me that I can't. It's not letting me have it, and I don't know what the fuck's wrong.
Oh yeah. Like I don't know. At one point they emailed me and they told me I could get it, and I was okay.
Yeah, that's supposed to be. I don't know. I'll check again.
I don't have 500, so.
Yeah, I don't fucking know. I'll check again. But yeah, irritating as crap. Maybe it's a link to account. I don't fucking know. I was trying to actually set up a web page to connect with it because that's one other way you can supposedly get it going.
True, and I think also perhaps the number of videos might also.
Well, I have a fuck ton of videos, man.
Yeah.
I'm almost at... Crap, how many videos do I have? Holy shit, I've been uploading so many of the damn things. Oh, well. Yeah, I'll take a look. I don't know. Anyway, let's get the shit off the air.
Yep.